for the AEW NXT Wednesday night review right here on the Joe Cronin Show. If you're new, subscribe down below. Don't miss out on the daily wrestling reviews. Let's go! The wrestling world is on fire tonight as NXT did battle against AEW and the rebirth of the wars, but in a different way tonight. From the very beginning tonight, AEW stole the show because no matter what, you just couldn't take your eyes off of it. You couldn't take your eyes off of AEW rather. I'm all freaked out. I'm telling you guys, I haven't been this hyped in a while to start a show that I've been tonight because I haven't seen competition like this in a long time. And quite frankly, I'm actually disappointed that we unfortunately had to have these two shows up against each other because it seems like NXT had a couple of really, really good matches. NXT really did. They had some great matches, no doubt about it. But unfortunately, I couldn't change my eyesight. I had NXT on over here. I had the volume, but I couldn't change the volume to NXT. I continued to let AEW play. And even in the commercial breaks, I was excited for AEW. It really felt like a huge advantage for AEW since it was a first time. There was so much hype. There was so much interest. It was a bigger crowd. It was a bigger stage. And because of that, it overshadowed NXT. Even if NXT had the better wrestling, I don't know. I'm going to have to really watch both of them with a fine-tooth comb later on and try to figure that out. Jake DeMarco standing by to join us in just a second. And potentially some other special guests tonight here on the Joe Cronin Show. If you're new, make sure you subscribe down below. We're live after WWE Raw, after SmackDown on Fridays. Tuesday night, it's Throwdown on my other channel. Wednesday nights is now an AEW and NXT review, although I believe that we may be looking at potentially picking one or the other at this point because it's so hard to do. But so much to talk about tonight on AEW Dynamite. Incredible stuff that kept me interested. How long can they keep this momentum going for? We're going to find out. We're going to talk about it. This is unreal right now. I mean, I haven't seen my messages blow up like this in a long time. I really haven't had my instant messenger, my Twitter, my email. I haven't seen this type of communication with listeners and fans, and it's insane right now. We're starting it up. This place sucks. I just can't believe it, man. Let us start it up, man. I got all kinds of technical problems going on. What's up to Matthew in the chat? Matt, what up, bro? How you been, brother? Get it down. Put it down, bro. I'm pumped up, dude. I just watched wrestling like my head's ready to explode.
This is Wardlow from AEW, and you're watching The Joe Cronin Show.
A wrestling podcast with attitude.
We're about to start the review, everybody. We're going to take phone calls. We're going to talk to you guys. We're going to have Jake DeMarco here in just a second. I'm just getting everything set and ready to go here. We're almost time to take a call. I can see the hundreds of calls are coming in right now to talk about AEW, to talk about NXT even. If you watched NXT, love to hear from you. Did you watch NXT or did you watch AEW? I apologize for screaming. I had all this noise in my ear, so my bad on that. Jake DeMarco's here. Let me get him over here. Hold on a minute, Wardlow. I'm glad we got Wardlow here. I'm the production team, the sound guy, and the talent. I mean, how do you do it all, really, you know? Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome in my co-host, Jake DeMarco. Look at his big, bulging sack. Jake, what's up, bro?
What's going on? What a incredible night to be a wrestling fan. Holy hell.
Unbelievable.
My brain is mashed potatoes at this point. I've had AEW in one ear and NXT still in the other, so it's just been madness.
Oh, you went with the split headphone?
Yeah, I had one on each side, and I heard Velveteen Dream and MJF speak to me at the same time.
That's
and
weird.
Just started to lose my mind.
That's really like a very strange conundrum to have going on there.
Yeah, simple thoughts. NXT had the wrestling tonight. AEW had the story and the all-around hype and intensity.
Yeah, I definitely felt that way. Like, I think that AEW did have some really good wrestling, but they did exactly what. But yeah, NXT had some probably what people would consider maybe the better matches.
Takeover quality matches from NXT. Fan-freaking-tastic matches. But we had some great surprises from AEW and some good choices. There just wasn't that one defining match, unfortunately. But they had such good story elements because you have to build, to a new audience. Essentially, you're on TV for the first time. So you have to introduce people and give everybody kind of a chance to put their feelers out there. So I think both shows did an excellent job.
Here's the problem.
Tommaso Ciampa's in the house right now on NXT. That's right, he's back.
Yeah, we did expect that. That was a big expected
we knew
thing.
It was coming, but there he is standing face-to-face with Adam Cole. Finn Balor returned to NXT. I was greatly surprised by that.
Get that Adam Cole-Balor match everybody wanted.
Stare down with Adam Cole. That was badass. I'm going to love seeing what we get between those two. Then we had Jake Hager, Jack Swagger, the crowd chanting "We the People." Nyla Rose lost. Kenny Omega comes out to break up the after attack. I mean, there's just so much to go over tonight. Excitement on both sides, and they both did really well. I feel like balancing commercials, and I think TNT had a bit more as far as commercials went, but
it felt like they really didn't have any almost because I was so hyped is what happened. Like,
yeah, they did do a good job.
Like, I'm serious.
Watching it through the streaming service for Comcast, it just cuts out. It says, your program will be back shortly. So there just was, the TNT logo. I don't mind that. I'll take that over. I'll take silence over, more shampoo ads. One of the
problems that I think NXT is going to have that I can tell right away right now is NXT is going to have a little bit of an issue with. I don't feel they delivered enough on the outside the ring stuff and everything else, and it was the issue that I felt would happen, which is if you could have a little bit more of the NXT wrestling in AEW and you could have a little bit more of the AEW excitement in NXT, then you'd have the perfect product, and both of them are kind of tipping the scales one way or the other. And also NXT, one thing that I'm worried about is that the takeovers are going to feel like the weekly show. A little bit, you know what I mean? Because it all just feels like go out, wrestle.
They did add a few moments tonight, where they did expand on some character. Velveteen Dream, in particular, on the main stage, up by the entrance ramp, cut one hell of a monologue. That was great to hear. That was you will have to go back and see it. That was excellent. That was the same time MJF was speaking. So
okay, yeah.
He basically went ahead and said that if you can ever come out of Undisputed Era's shadow and defend the belt by yourself, and it was just a really great promo. But that was the gist of it. We got to hear from the wrestlers more though. We did tonight on NXT, which was refreshing. That was one of the things you were worried about. And we did get more insight and, a few more backstage promos and things like that. We had interviews happening in between. Scott Hall and Kevin Nash were in the crowd. So there was excitement on both sides of things.
Yeah, and I appreciate that you saw a little bit more of that, because I probably tuned out a lot on NXT. I just couldn't pry my eyes away. I had NXT and AEW going, but I just could not turn away from AEW. I found myself, even though I knew a great match like Candice LeRae and
Baszler,
Shayna Baszler, their match was definitely better than the women's match in AEW.
Oh, hands down, much better. But you wanted to see what was going to happen with the first crowning of a women's champion. I thought Nyla Rose was going to be handed that belt on a platter. So Riho winning was a huge surprise.
Well, I think they knew that. I think they knew, like, listen, I'm going to be the heel.
Into that.
Like, they weren't backstage saying, like, we're going to give it to you and, transgender, and it's going to be a big thing. No, they were backstage. Nyla Rose was like, listen, they're going to hate me. Let's go with I'm the big bully, because that's what people are going to treat me like a big bully, even though, all the hardships and having the gender change and all these other things. Unfortunately, people just aren't there to be like, like when you're in there, and they set her up to not be that way too, Jake. They totally set her up to be the heel, because
because Michael Nakazawa enters the ring to do the the interview and the congratulations, basically crowning the first women's champion. Riho.
Well, I meant before that, just using the chairs and some of the tactics.
Yeah,
but also just the size,
grabbing
dude.
Weapons and things on the outside. Yeah, absolutely.
But also
they
she's
really
in there
cemented her heel status.
But she's in there with a twig. That's the other thing. Nobody's going to cheer for the fucking big, beastly woman who used to be a guy.
It was a David and Goliath scenario, absolutely.
Right. So that's unfortunately she's going to be portrayed that way. I think they knew that. I mean, I think she knows that. I think she's backstage saying, "Listen, people are going to hate me. Let them hate me." And what will happen is they'll hate you, and then they'll accept you eventually, and that'll actually get over the whole. That will actually help the transgender stuff. So just not to bring that up, but just but they didn't.
Whatever. They didn't pull the Vince McMahon where, knowing they're going to get booed, they still went with their plan anyways and forced them. They went with the smart idea of, hey, if this person's not going to get cheered, don't force it. Don't force your hand.
Right.
Let the audience do as they want to. They cheered, for every person. They had chants throughout the night. The audience was wildly receptive to everything that was put forward. And I feel like AEW from start to finish booked this show very, very smart and intelligently. They had a lot of great decisions of what to put where to keep the crowd entertained all the way throughout. You open hot, you close hot, and everything in between never really put you into a lull. You were constantly looking forward to what was going to happen next. And the timing was much better than I expected it to be. So, I mean, like I said, you got Nakazawa in the ring, and then Nyla Rose. It took her a few tries, but she eventually hit him with the Liger Bomb. And you think she's going to hit the Valley Driver against Riho, and then Kenny Omega shows up for the save. So it was like, oh hell, this is is this gonna? It certainly got people to pay attention now that Kenny Omega's out there, and it was just one hell of a way to cap off her heel run. So
yeah, and part of it was also cool to almost get the entrances out of the way in a way. Like Kenny Omega's already out there, and doesn't have to worry about that entrance and
they had the Bucks with to be the Elite YouTube theme coming out. That was funny.
Yeah, some people were. It's funny what some people liked and what some people made fun of. It was weird. I was listening to all kinds of different opinions. But first, before we continue, I am going to play some donations. I am going to take phone calls, your phone calls. Everybody has a voice out there. So many people are calling in right now. The phone lines are jamming and busying and all kinds of stuff, and we'll get to everything. We're going to get to everything. Your phone calls, NXT. What did you think about NXT versus AEW? I'm going to give you guys not a ton of time on the phone, so please, when you call, 30 seconds to a minute, just get it out. What do you got? And give me if you watched both or just one of the shows or what you thought of them. We're going to do everything. We're going to be talking about so much here tonight. It's really kind of unbelievable. I haven't seen phones like this for a while. You would think that this was Raw and The Undertaker was retiring or something. The amount of traffic right now is actually blowing my mind as we look at this. This is incredible for two shows that are considered kind of the underdog shows, I suppose. Anyway, 50% off, guys. We're talking about Battle Club Pro. We're talking about CZW. We're talking about so many different places. Battle Club Pro, shoot interviews, RF video, bar wrestling, Wrestle Pro, the Queens of the Ring, Bombshell, Ladies of Wrestling, and hundreds more of recognizable wrestling companies from around the world, many of them in the U.S., Title Match Wrestling, USA Pro, All-Star, so many different companies. It all goes down on TitleMatchWrestlingNetwork.com. If you guys love wrestling, TitleMatchWrestlingNetwork.com. It's a mouthful, but it's Title Match Wrestling, and it's their network, and it's a .com. 50% off for Joe Cronin Show listeners. For you guys, 50% off for 3 freaking months. 3 goddamn months for 50% off plus 2 weeks. And you get access to everything. To buy one pay-per-view, it's usually $5. All right? It's usually $5. All these videos and things that you hear about all over the world, all over the place in wrestling, it's going down on this channel. Title Match Wrestling Network. And you guys get 2 free weeks and 3 months for 50% off. That's only $5 a month, and you get access to everything, every single thing on here. So many shoot interviews, people's last appearances, new appearances, the all-intergender wrestling, so much stuff. Use coupon code Cronin, and you will get that 50% off for 3 months. Do it tonight. It is a special going on right now, and you'll be entered. We'll get alerts about who signed up tonight. There's going to be so many signups. I've already seen 20 people sign up this week. We're really happy about that. So many more are going to be doing it. Do it right now. The big-time sponsor, TitleMatchWrestlingNetwork.com, coupon code Cronin. And I am going to play a donation now because people are chiming in to say some things about tonight's show.
WWE doesn't stand a chance, let alone NXT LMFAO.
Well, to be honest, man, I'm telling you, Sasha's Mouthblood, thank you for becoming a $5 shit bum. But I want to tell you that I understand what you're saying, and I know that this is on a big stage. NXT really did kill it tonight, though. NXT did a great job. Everything I saw, for the most part, looked really good. But it's just the hype of AEW right now, the hype of it. Will it die down a little bit and open that window for NXT, for some of these people to jump over to NXT? We're going to find out. And I put a poll out earlier on Twitter, but I'm going to put another one out right now. What did you think won the show tonight? And I'm going to get your opinions because I want to get that on Twitter. If you have the time to take a look at my Twitter account, you can see that.
Do a little basketball dance off the concrete.
Apollo, the leader, what's up?
I'm just so sick of you little meth head devil worshippers. I'll be honest, I'd like to take a big bite out of your face.
I am sold. Women's match stole the show. Crowd was really into it. I like Riho. That main event, very unpredictable. 8 out of 10. They left me with blue balls. Can't wait for next week.
Absolutely, that was really fun. And one of the best things about tonight is, I guess, whichever show you found yourself watching the least, Apollo the leader, and thank you very much for the $10 donation. Whichever one you found yourself watching the least, I suppose, you'll be able to go back and watch it later. I mean, I have YouTube TV, and one of the reasons why I have it, We the People, is because I can go back and watch stuff on DVR much easier that way, so I enjoy that part about it. But I know that some people don't have that, but it's going to make things easier for me. We're also going to Tommy NC call back. Tommy NC wants to talk to us. 214, yo, what's up?
Yo, Joe. Hey, I'm going to get straight to the point. NXT was lit tonight. All right, we had all these great matches going on for NXT. AEW, I mean, I tuned in, but, it didn't seem so well. I mean, I have to rewatch it, but as far as what I've seen, NXT definitely killed it tonight.
All right, so did you think you watched more NXT than AEW?
I did. My stream was buffering, but the moments I did see was the 6-man tag team match, and that looked all right with the Young Bucks and everything, but I got to say, NXT, they really... I don't know. There's something different about NXT. I don't know, but I have to give it to NXT. And I have to look back and look at AEW later tonight, but from what I see, NXT definitely did a good job.
Yeah, man. I feel like whatever one you watched more, you were like more hyped. You were so hyped up about what was going on. But I just found myself like looking left, looking right, looking left, looking right, and I was just like, dude, am I about to jizz my pants right now? Because this is is this Christmas morning right now? What's going on? It was...
Yeah, exactly. That's the thing. It's all wrestling, baby. It's all for fun. Everybody's having a good time tonight. This is a great time to be a wrestling fan. I mean, this is hugely ideal at this point in time. I'm thrilled. Only thing I wish one was on 8 to 10, the other 9 to 11. So at least that middle hour, you can kind of only have to flip back. But I mean, that's just for us in terms of reviewing, but at least you can always go back and watch something after the fact. AEW is always, I guess, going to repeat afterwards, so that's good.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, it'll be re-airing. It's re-airing right now, so they're going to re-air it immediately as it goes off the air.
Wow, okay. Because we thought something else was coming on after it, and because of that, there wouldn't be a hangover. And we knew that NXT was going to bring it. We knew that, like, the last couple weeks...
they were building towards this takeover-style debut, Yeah,
it was like it was sort of a pre-show to this. We knew that tonight was going to be the real deal. They were going to bring everything
because that's the thing.
Tonight.
You knew what NXT was capable of. You knew what you were going to get. Maybe a few surprises here and there, but overall, you knew what you were getting. As with AEW, it could have been a total clusterfuck. It could have been a nightmare. It could have been amazing. We had no idea. So that totally skyrocketed interest there for so many people. There is, there's no negative here, honestly. Both shows were fantastic in their own rights. I enjoyed NXT a little bit more than AEW, but that's also because I'm more established with these characters, the wrestlers, the stories, and AEW has a lot to do to build their brand, but this is their first night. You got to give it time. So, I mean, I don't really see any negatives on either side as far as, what we got.
Well, we do have a caller again. Thank you to the other caller that called a minute ago, but now we have, for the first time, it wouldn't be a wrestling review if we didn't try to bring on Tommy and see. Tommy, which show did you watch tonight?
I was an AEW guy all the way. Like, I'm watching the replay right here on TNT. And I gotta say, like, I was hooked to the very end. Just even when I was like trying to cook my chicken and stuff like that, I was poking my head to see what kind of matches was going on. Every moment, every match was just absolutely epic. And I have a prediction that I think that AEW is going to blow WWE out of the water at some point.
Well, right now they have to compete with NXT, which had a really good show tonight. NXT was unbelievable tonight as well. So,
I cannot wait to see the ratings tomorrow. And I don't want to hear, this one beat that one. Like, I'm just curious how many people tuned in. And my biggest thing is, I know there's a lot of channel flipping back and forth, so that's interesting to consider. But I wonder how many people completely didn't tune into NXT that watched the past 2 weeks to watch AEW. That I wish we could find out.
Yeah, this is going to... Dude, I said the same thing while watching it. I was like, how messed up is it that I just can't wait to see what the ratings are going to be tomorrow? I was so hyped up for that. Tommy, I really love that you're getting into AEW. That's great. But I am shocked that you aren't probably going to watch NXT. I'm so shocked about that part of it. But I think...
See, I'm not, because he never watched NXT.
Well, that's true.
Yeah, he never watched any of the NXT, right, Tommy?
I think AEW is going to suit Tommy more, because even though NXT has had epic matches, like Tommy, the matches on NXT were better tonight. But here's the thing. I think AEW is going to suit you better because of the storytelling on TV that they're doing. They're going backstage. They broke a glass table. See, that's what AEW did that the AEW did that NXT may not do. Once in a while, NXT has those kind of shocking, fun moments. Like when Owens took out Sami Zayn and, Tommaso Ciampa and Gargano and a bunch of other stuff like that. But, Tommy, what would you give out of 10 tonight for AEW before I let you go and say your last piece here?
I'm going to throw a crazy number out there, but I'm going to give AEW a solid 100.
Whoa.
Yeah, even this for their first
perfect
night.
Score from Tommy.
Get him a job. Get him a job, somebody. Get him a job. Get him a job, baby. Sign him up.
I mean, I tweeted at AEW and I said, AEW all the way. I tweeted at AEW at Twitter tonight and I said, AEW all the way. And even on Facebook, I posted that,
And they tweeted back to you.
Nothing.
Lose some weight. No, I'm just kidding. No, Tommy, thank you very much,
Nyla Rose
Tommy.
Responded.
It really is good to hear from you, Tommy. I love you, buddy. Tommy NC 2010. Check him out on YouTube. He's a good guy. And I really appreciate you, Tommy. Kisses to you. And thank you for calling. The calls are so busy that I do want to get to these and the donations. Let me play a couple of those. Got to pay the bills, everybody. But before I forget, I got to remind you one more time that we are brought to you tonight not by the records.
This is Wardlow.
Not by Wardlow. I'm hitting the wrong buttons. We'll eventually figure it out. Let me see if I can get it. Come on. Yes, there it is. 50% off 3 months. Use coupon code Cronin. That's Title Match Wrestling Network. The new Dean Malenko shoot interview. The first shoot interview with Dean Malenko. And the all-intergender match with Battle Club Pro. So check that out. That's on there too. Plus so much more iPay-per-views. It's TitleMatchWrestlingNetwork.com. Coupon code Cronin. 50% off for 3 months. And so much more. Let's get to a donation now.
Give me a hell yeah!
NXT put tag title match last because Street Profits are most recognizable characters to casuals. You won't top NXT and that's okay. It's night one for their first show. They were amazing. Ratings aren't crucial right now. Be consistent. The fans will return.
The Goon, thank you for the 316. I agree, but I also think that the casuals are definitely going to recognize Jericho and Jon Moxley and all the guys that showed up kind of at AEW, right? Maybe not even Jack Swagger. Some people are going to...
Super Chat.
What a time to be pro wrestling fan.
John Wills, what up, John Wills? Yeah, that was fun tonight. The only thing, again, like I said, was the only thing I didn't like was I didn't get the full immersement because I was focusing so much on both
Do a
shows.
little basketball dance off the concrete. I mean, I'm just so sick of you little meth head devil worshippers. I'll be honest, I'd like to take a big bite out of your face.
Take a bite out of me, baby.
AEW was amazing tonight. 10-10 easily Boston next week, baby. You going, Joe?
Woo! David Milner. What's up, David Milner? I don't know if I can go to AEW Boston. I live in Boston. I'm only about 30 minutes away now. I moved out of the city, but I'm only about 30 minutes away. I don't know if I'm going. I don't have a ticket. I've had people offer me tickets. People offer me to go with them, all kinds of stuff. Maybe I'll go to AEW. I don't know. If I can hook something up with an interview with some of the AEW guys, I would love to do that. And I would travel to the show and do like hype all day for it. And maybe that will happen, David Milner. But if not, I'll be right here reviewing it otherwise. Otherwise, I'll be live reviewing it from my phone. Whichever way it goes, I'm not sure. We'll find out. Luke.
Connor will be there in person. So.
Luke, thank you. Yeah, we'll have Connor. Connor will be there.
And on the inside. I would like to see Dilk Wilkerson get in, though. Do some interviews.
It's Dilk Wilkerson here in Boston for AEW. Look at all. There's a lot of white. No, okay. But yeah, Dilk is. Oh, shit. The fucking turkey! What if they fillet us? Get them turkeys rolling! Killed us and ate our children. What if the turkeys ate us? What if they filleted us? If the turkeys ate us, if they had to hate us, Thanksgiving was a little bit different. Instead, the turkeys ate us. They gobbled us apart. But first they'd eat our nuts, and then they'd eat our butt. I'm retarded. The turkeys ate us. What if the turkeys ate us? We got the sound wave. The Soundwave 92. What if they ate our fucking nuts? Let me see them turkeys in the chat. Instead of mashed potatoes, instead the turkeys ate us.
Doesn't matter what anybody thinks about either show, tonight was fucking awesome and we all should be blessed to see wrestling back. AU was trending one on Twitter and Reddit. NXT had some damn good matches, but AU had the better build-up and storylines.
Yeah, I mean, you know what, Soundwave? It is just hard to compete with the debut of a major show on TV like this. I'm not saying NXT wasn't better. I'm just saying Soundwave 92, it's hard to compete with that. It's the opening show for them, so they were the ones trending, despite the fact that NXT put on a damn good show and what some people are calling the better show. So Soundwave 92, you are now the top donator of the stream. I'd like to put your name up there so you can get that digital 24-hour championship and potentially take that home. Thank you very much for being a solid member of the JCS Army and having a gigantic bulge in your private parts, Soundwave. Thank you very much. Hazel Witch, thanks for subscribing. We're having a subscription party tonight, and I'm about 3 seconds away from going and grabbing a beer. We're going to take more phone calls, so let me just pause up these donations here. We got more to go. If you want to donate, you can use Super Chat down below if you'd like, or go into the description box. Streamlabs, PayPal, all that. All the weird donation alerts and things are down in the description box. You don't have to do any of that, but if you want, feel free to do it. It does support the show, and it's the reason why we can do the shows. So any tips are much appreciated, but I want to go to the phones. People are just want to talk about this stuff, and I want to hear from you. 865 is on the phone. Hello.
What up, Joe? This is the Bark Dog from Knoxville.
What's up, baby? How are you doing tonight?
I'm doing fantastic. It's a great time to be a wrestling fan.
Oh, yeah, the devil loves wrestling.
Hey, man, what I wanted to ask you about was with the Brandon Cutler injury and then the what looked like a botch on Pac when he got up on the top rope, do you think the ropes were just loose? Do you think that was just kind of kayfabe? Or what do you think about those?
So glad you mentioned that. There was something weird about the top rope all night, and here's what I can say about the top rope. I thought the Brandon Cutler thing, I honestly thought that was a work, but he did slip weird, and here's the thing that I can say is Pac he had like 3 moves off the top rope that looked like they almost didn't work. And it was because the ropes were loose. They were too loose. And I don't know what's up with that. So the fact is, the rope it looked loose to me.
I don't think the Cutler injury was a work. Brandon, when he got up there, he tumbled certainly very odd.
It was weird.
And you saw MJF kind of look at him, look at the ref, look again, and then he quickly applied the salt of the earth, the armbar there.
But you know what that means? If that was not worked, if they didn't plan that injury, I mean, MJF was probably going to get the victory anyway.
Yeah, they went right to the finish. So.
And nobody cared, and it was like a quick thing, so it made sense. It was probably going to end quick anyway. So it could have been a real injury, and it did look like he really slipped, and maybe he popped something in his ankle, high ankle sprain or something like that. But if that's the case, then they did a damn good job of being professional and getting that to look like it's supposed to happen. And if it was supposed to happen, then they did a damn good job of selling it. So either way, boom, like great job either way.
Yeah, that could have been a real disaster.
Because I don't know.
Lingered for a while.
Yeah, man, great point. That was a great call. He might have wanted to say something else, but again, I want to get through to as many calls as I can, man. 865, I appreciate that. Great point to bring that up. I think you might be
Tony
right.
calls MJF a prick on the announce booth.
Right. Well, yeah. Well, taking advantage.
Well, it's good they can swear. You heard JR, Carlos mentioned in the chat before.
They said
say
shit twice.
Yeah.
JR said shit when he went through the table, and then another time. If you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe below. We're live after every AEW, NXT, WWE, and anything else wrestling show and wrestling news and podcasts throughout the week on the Joe Cronin Show here with Jake DeMarco. And on the call we have 347. Hello.
Joe fucking Cronin.
What's up, baby?
Fendi from New York, man. I'm just fucking hyped to call in right now. I just want to fucking talk about it. It was fucking lit. So I found myself, I was watching AEW, but when I was flipping to NXT, I don't know, man. It's just something about NXT that they just make me feel the characters more. Like when Damian Priest popped up, like I don't know, I just felt it more like when Tommaso popped up, when Finn Balor popped up. Like AEW had the better story and shit. But when I'm just watching NXT, there's just something that feels different about them. I don't know. What's your opinion? Which one do you really think was better?
Yeah, my opinion is it's kind of how I predicted. I'm not saying I'm 100% right because I'm not. But one of the things I was worried about was that AEW was going to be really driven on the excitement and the big sort of like moment and emotion and the outside the ring stuff, and that and then NXT would be focused on let's just have a match. I've got a character and I've got great entrance music. And a lot of the guys in AEW, it's like Cody and Jericho have great entrance music. After that, it's debatable on whose entrance musics you recognize. But in NXT, almost everybody has music that you recognize as them and part of their character. So but the NXT show was more like quiet sometimes. It was in a dark area. AEW was big and on a big building and felt bigger than life, and it was a debut, and so it was really like if you could take the NXT superstars with their theme music and their characters and insert them into AEW and take half the AEW and move it out and put that together, you would have this unbelievable, perfect wrestling company right now. And unfortunately, what we're getting is kind of like a seesaw from both. And I wish that they could sort of come together on some of that, and they could mix a little bit more. So that's my opinion. I know I'm getting like long-winded here, but I feel like neither show tonight was under a 7.
No, absolutely.
Hell yeah, both shows was lit. The only match that kind of had me cringing was the Rio match. Like, I don't know, like something about her facial expression and how she moves kind of like makes me cringe. And then the Adam Page match with the Pac, I felt like the crowd they wanted to be on Hangman, but at the same time they were holding back. Like, there was just something about that match too. Like, I felt like there could have been more in that match.
Hangman is
something about Hangman.
Hangman is the Seth Rollins of AEW, where people like they understand that he's good and they like him, but then they can't fully get behind him. It feels like, and he even had some mannerisms like Seth in there, And I think that I actually believe that Hangman Page may be better off going heel right now.
Yeah, I can definitely see that because I don't know, the face thing might not work out for him. It's not. I'm not feeling it.
I'm not feeling it right now either. I think he needs to go full heel and see what happens after that.
Once he lost the title match, I feel like it kind of ran out of steam with people getting behind him.
Yeah, he's floundering. He's a guy that could definitely like carry the mid card right now, or at least be heavily involved in the mid card. But I feel like people are finding more interest in guys like Darby Allin now and Jimmy Havoc and stuff like that. So Darby Allin and Jimmy Havoc are faces, and we've got the Ty Dillinger, Sean Spears character there as a heel already too. But I almost think turn Adam Page heel, or you can keep him how he is and he's fine. People like him, but people don't love him. People like him.
Well, he's also, now this is another big loss tonight as well.
Right.
People got behind him. They wanted to see him win the title. When your hero loses, he lost steam. It's unfortunate, but it's just a natural way of things. It's the order of life. So,
right.
Had he come back with a huge victory tonight, maybe he would have been able to garner back some of that, But I obviously he didn't lose straight. I mean, there was the low blow. But even then, it's just another loss. So it's hard to come back from at this point as a face.
Yeah, and it was like a weird loss too. It wasn't like he tapped out. It was almost like if he was like on the conscience, and he just called it off.
Yeah, I mean, you got the Black Arrow into the Brutalizer. It was a hell of a showing from both of them. I mean, they certainly let their bodies get destroyed a bit, but.
And it seems like Pac is trying to be like a vicious heel. Like he's trying to look.
Oh, absolutely. That's been, he epitomizes the word bastard out and out. Yeah, and as far as you said, the Riho match, it did kind of have a odd reaction from the crowd, and I understand that. But as far as Page and Pac, I think that was more because people, you're supposed to boo the bastard, but yet people still respect him. So it's hard to get full into either end of that. There's such a dichotomy between the two. You like Hangman, but you respect Pac. So it's you don't know who to cheer for.
Yeah, and then, by the way, great call, man. I appreciate that. Good stuff.
What else we got?
I say the only thing that didn't work.
A little bit of the
bubbly.
bubbly.
We got bubbly.
Want some bubbly?
Some bubbly.
Oh, a little bit of the bubbly.
That's it.
Junior, she's not getting man-handled, she's getting woman-handled. Nice save, Junior.
Firebird 87, thanks, man. Yeah, they're going to have to help JR without, he's not going to understand that. Come on. Good old JR's not going to understand that. And speaking of the bubbly, I'm about to go grab some of it myself. Go ahead, Jake. I'm sorry with whatever you were going to mention.
No, I'm just saying, I think the only thing that didn't work was the ringside segment with Fish Fillet there, talking with Jay and Silent Bob, Kevin Smith and Jason Mewes. The initial part of it was okay, but then Angelico and Evans come out and talking about, Morris Day and the time, and I felt like the crowd couldn't care less at that point, and Private Party came out. I know they were trying to build up the whole tag division at that point in time, and then we had the, presidential Secret Service promo from SCU. That was okay.
Chris
that was
Van
better.
Vliet.
Fish
I gotta tell you, man, I thought he did okay. It was kind of funny because he was yelling into the mic, much how I was yelling into this mic as the show started tonight. But let me tell you something, Chris Van, what is it? What's his real last name? It's like Chris Van Fillet.
Isn't
it Villet?
fillet, I think it is.
I call him fish fillet sandwich. No, but I like, dude. Listen, let me tell you something. I know he interviewed JD, and I know that JD made up his life story a little different than we all remember it. But
can't hold that against Chris.
Chris, and he does a great job. And I actually really like him. And I thought to myself a long time ago, that's the type of backstage guy or like, side stage guy that the WWE needs. They need a guy like this who seems authentic and actually excited to talk to people, kind of like a Todd Pettengill was back in the day or somebody like that. Not Mean Gene or anything, but something like that. And I think he did a good job outside the ring. He was screaming at first. He was like, "Oh, tell me how to..." It's like, you don't need to scream at this, Chris. But he did I really did like what he did. Now, Kevin
Smith. He did a bad job. It was just an awkward... Well, here's the thing.
It was a little weird, but...
We had the Cutler injury, and the reason why I think it's more definitively legitimate is because, you get the tap out, and MJF is barely even celebrating, and they break quickly to commercial. And when they came back from this, now they're doing the ringside thing. So it looked like they were filling for time that they had laid out for the match. I know they planned this segment, but I think they gave this segment more time than they initially had intended to.
I will say...
It looked like they were...
Well... Whatever happened,
like they added to this a little bit more because they had minutes to cover.
Whatever reason they did it, it was wrong to go that long. It should have just been, I think like Silent Bob or no, it was Jay. Jay was like you're terrible at wrestling or something like that, and it was like a really bad joke to him.
Yeah, both of the comebacks and talking trash about Moore's Day and. Yeah, you haven't even won a match yet. Yeah, Jason Mewes is saying
you can't win a match or something. Like it should have been more like, I don't know. But and then they
felt like fifth grade insults. Yeah,
and it was a long time that we saw the reaction of them, like on the outside, like I'm gonna get you, but no, but there's an invisible force field, so that's not happening.
Yeah,
it would have been.
I think it would have been much shorter, but because of the injury, they were trying to stall.
What they should have done is Slug knocked out one of them, like knocked out Silent Bob. Kevin Smith should have gotten knocked out.
Well, Jason Mewes can bump. He's done a few things.
Yeah, so knock out Jason. Knock him out, dude. They should have been like, dude, you can assault him, and then they kind of, I don't know. I think they missed an opportunity to be like shocking.
Because they already had Private Party running out to give them drinks and end the segment. So why couldn't Private Party make the save as Mewes is getting manhandled? I think that would have better serviced that angle.
They didn't wrestle, right? They just were there to talk shit.
They were just there.
Why not have Private Party take the drinks and throw them in their face and then like have a brawl as they go to commercial again or whatever they did?
Yeah, because then they went to the SCU like presidential promo.
Yeah, go to that then.
It was like an Obama impression basically.
Yeah, it was funny. That was
Scorpio
funny.
Sky. It was funny. And they didn't stick with the bit for long. I mean, they went back into their serious mode. And then, you get to the actual whole thing on the ring ramp.
Jake, hold on a minute. Hold on a minute, guys. This is the new gimmick. I want you to remember where you were. October 2nd, 2009, on the Joe Cronin Show, the guy that should be doing commentary for AEW and WWE, but you messed up. But here I am on the Joe Cronin Show, Jake DeMarco, and let me tell you something. You're going to be here for the first one ever. Everybody, say it with me. Uno, dos, tres, cerveza! Yeah, baby. It's always going to be cerveza time. All right, what's up? Tell me what you're going to say about the ramp. I'm sorry, I just had to do that.
No. It's just, they're trying to have the tag teams up there. You got the Lucha Bros, and they're going back and forth with SCU, spitting in their face. And we found out that Scorpio Sky is going to be the one to sit out for the tag match.
Mm-hmm.
That was a little disappointing because I feel like he's kind of the glue for them. But still, I mean... They really
2019, you smart ass son of a bitches. 2019. Jake, I wanted to go back to 2009 because that's when my first kid was born, and I had the six pack going.
Oh yeah, all the abs.
Yeah, I have a time machine in my head. It's fun. Sorry.
Danny was watching NXT with me for the interim match.
It's my first botch of 2019.
She goes ahead and she was like, Adam Cole has no abs. You notice that? And I was like, and I said, yeah, if he's not. She's like, where are the abs?
Wow.
She's, I was like, yeah. Don't start with the bodies. Don't start.
You don't want your daughter doing that. That's
right.
No
That's
good.
I said, don't start. None of them have abs. God damn it.
No.
But yeah, talk about a great match from those two. I mean, we knew that it was going to be excellent no matter what. I mean, that was a given. But Adam Cole really, just exceeded all my expectations as far as title defense. Matt Riddle, Christ, ovation for him as well, certainly earned. But there was I don't know if you caught much of that as you were watching, Cody Rhodes take on Sammy on the other side of things.
I got pretty hyped because I wanted, Finn Balor, Adam Cole. I want to see it, and I want to see Finn Balor give me a good match again. You know what I mean? I feel like I've been seeing the same guy do the same things recently for the last year and a half or 2 years. I want to see Finn Balor break out of that shell a little bit again, get out of that main card WWE.
Yeah, I got the 9 best he
moves.
Was in NXT. He came up to the main roster, rocket strapped to his ass. He beats Roman Reigns, then he beats Seth Rollins, the first Universal Champion. Oh, he's injured, and he's out for almost a year. So, I mean, that was devastating. And now, since he returned, he's basically done nothing. Had a bunch of shitty, feuds and lost a bunch. So,
yeah,
I feel like this is really, going back to his prime, essentially. But yeah, with Matt Riddle and Adam Cole, they had this succession, this chain moment where they already delivered the Panama Sunrise at one point, but Adam Cole goes for it again, and Matt Riddle cuts him off and hits him with the the Bro TS there, the GTS, and gets a power bomb, and then hits him right with the knee, and then goes for a moonsault, and he didn't get all of it, as they always say. He overshot him a little bit, but still, just that quick succession, the way they were able to work so well together and just hit that chain of maneuvers, it was absolutely stunning.
What a maneuver!
They really went all out there.
I just wanted to yell, "What a maneuver!" I'm sorry.
What a maneuver! Yeah, the commentary for both ends tonight. I mean, we love Morrow.
Well, yes.
But JR was much better tonight than he was at All Out.
And Tony Schiavone was good because
Tony was excellent.
Oh my God, he could dish together. He could dish to JR tonight. He was able to dish to
even
JR.
Excalibur wasn't annoying.
Excalibur, yes. All of a sudden, the whole commentary team came together. I don't know if they were in the back calling matches all week, practicing, but let me tell you something. They were way better. They were. Excalibur, not one time tonight, went, "Pile driver!" He didn't do that once. So credit to Excalibur.
And I was waiting for it too.
No, I mean, I'm dead serious. Listen, we all know how selfish and jealous I am. I want to be announcing. But here's the thing. They were so fucking good tonight. Good job, everybody, for the most part. JR still had his little things here or there and whatever, but Tony Schiavone is that veteran that could really step in and sort of guide what was going on or throw something in on top of JR that actually added to it, as opposed to like these different opinions flying in that made no sense or connection to each other, where everybody knew what they were talking about, but it like didn't gel together. Tonight, it kind of did. And Excalibur was able to throw out some more modern move names that maybe Schiavone and JR either don't know or they were sort of brought up to not mention that. Especially Jim Ross, he was kind of really, he's not really somebody who's going to say every crazy name to everything. He's going to say mule kick or back kick. He's not going to say, scorpion kick there, where, something like that.
Yeah.
But
he doesn't know a lot of their actual, like, the names of their maneuvers. He just knows what it's officially called.
Yeah, and, sometimes there were little issues where, because Excalibur is kind of the excitement guy, so when there's a big move, it's cool if Excalibur goes, like, you know what I mean, like, avalanche, whatever the hell. Like,
yeah, the Judas effect, and he gets that vibrato.
But sometimes him and JR would cross up, like, because JR was like, I'm calling this. And I think that, Excalibur probably knows that, like, if you feel Jim Ross is going to make the big call, stand back. But if you feel Jim Ross is hanging off, then you got to get in there and make that call. So they did a much better job of that tonight. I'm not going to talk about Morrow and Nigel because those guys are perfect. They're just already cruising. They already are just set. They're just
Beth
wonderful.
Phoenix was actually much more enjoyable tonight as well. I mean, she's usually okay, but I felt like tonight she was excellent. Honestly, I have no complaints with commentary from either show. There was a line, I wish I could remember the exact wording of it. Maybe somebody in the chat knows that JR said at the very end, right when Hager went ahead and came through. He was like, "Oh, damn, Jericho goes ahead and It's a bunch of pack of mules. It doesn't matter about who's in the pack. Just, fill them up. He said something along those lines.
Yeah,
it was such a just definitive statement. I wish I could get the wording down, but
it was very
I'll have
sexual.
to go back and rewatch it. But it was just so damn good. It's like classic JR, where he has these analogies and you're like, damn, that fits so well. It makes you laugh.
Yeah.
It makes you smile.
Yeah, they really did. Wow, like what a great. It ended up working out. I'm shocked. I was
the
a little
camera
bit
work
worried.
was really excellent.
Yeah,
too.
dude, bro, the camera work tonight for AEW was wicked awesome. The camera work was good.
Djinn.
Well, now you're getting hung up on because you didn't wait. You got to wait when I put you on the phone. Wait till I introduce you. Yeah, dude, the camera work. Some of the huge moves as they had wide shots, and they were hovering wide shots or kind of like steady cam was rolling. Like they were so nice. I didn't miss a lot of stuff. There wasn't that Kevin Dunn, Vince McMahon, but mostly Kevin Dunn. There wasn't that Kevin Dunn switch. So here comes a big move, and now we're going to cut to camera 2 as the big move happens, and you're going to miss the big move because you cut to camera 2. So we didn't have that Kevin Dunn thinks he's filming a movie as opposed to watching wrestling.
Yeah, he's the new Michael Bay.
Wow. NXT's camera work has been better than WWE's.
It was better than the first 2 weeks as well on television because the wrestlers kind of figured out where to look and aim their moves to with the roaming, dolly cam that they have because they don't really have a hard camera side set up at Full Sail.
Yeah.
And the announce team is tucked way in the corner with the overhang above them. So they went ahead this time. I noticed when there was one time in the Baszler match where Candice LeRae is being choked out and she's hanging from the turnbuckle basically by Baszler's arm. So they're both up there. She's hanging, her feet are dangling, and you can see their eyes kind of shifting towards where the camera is directly. And I'm like, oh, that's a good look. That just really encapsulates the moment nicely. So
well, the other thing is,
hello.
I just want to hang on 1 second, 304. I just want to say that I did appreciate. I liked AEW's camera work better because it was more exciting to me. 304, go ahead, man. What's up?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, bro. What's up?
Hello, I'm trying to call into the show.
Yeah, you're on it, baby. What's up? You're on live. What's up?
Oh, I'm on the show?
Yeah.
Oh, well, what time does the show come on?
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Narrative.
You are fucked.
Give him the "you are fucked."
You are fucked.
Unbelievable. Let me go to the donos.
Here we go. I'm about to get it, man.
About to get it.
About to get it, man.
About to get it.
Here we go. Oh, no.
The virgins are out tonight.
AEW does need to fix their entrance music volume, though also is that a new faction at the end? Cool if it is.
Apollo the leader, thanks for the $5, man. And yeah, dude, I think, you've seen a little bit of an alliance forming there at the end. I don't know what's going to happen with that. But also, AEW really, I thought they fixed the volume a lot compared to not the takeovers, but the pay-per-views. Like Double or Nothing and All Out. This was the best the audio sounded for AEW tonight.
Still needs some tweaking, though. But I did like how they said
still needs help.
Too. This is the decimation and destruction of the elite. They really hit that point home as well.
Yeah, no, I mean, dude, that was cool too, and it showed, and that actually triggered my mind. I was like, oh yeah, the elite. That's right, they're taking out the elite. I didn't even think about that. I was just thinking about the
whole
Bucks.
new stable.
So that was a good thing that they said too, because that even I wasn't thinking about that. So
yeah, Jericho, Sammy. You got. I always want to call him Swagger, but Hager, Santana, and Ortiz.
It's Jake Hager, right? I saw some of his
Jake
MMAs.
Hager.
I always forget if it's Jack Hager or Jake Hager, but it's Jake Hager.
I always want to call him Swagger, but I like the audience chanting "We the People." That also made me chuckle.
Well, he also does that at the MMA when he wins an MMA match. He yells "We the People."
Yeah,
so
it was just the fact that they were all in unison, giving him such a great ovation. It made it feel more epic.
Yeah, it was cool too that they had Ambrose show up, and that sort of, you knew the minute that happened, it felt like, okay, somebody else is coming out because now the odds are unequal. So somebody is going to come out to equal it. Who's that going to be? And it ended up being, Dustin. And then we got to, it's
the surprise.
It's Hager, yeah, and that was pretty cool. 339-226. 6610 is the number if you want to call. If you need to call and you're outside the U.S., and you don't want to use the dial number to dial the United States, obviously, Danny Deadly is the Skype. It's not Joe Cronin. It's Danny Deadly, DANNY DEADLY. Danny Deadly on Skype. Add me. I'll try to add you back. If I don't add you back tonight, I'll get you for the next time, hopefully. But either way, just do that if you're on Skype and you want to call free. 210 is on the phone with us right now. What's up?
Hello. Hi, Mr. Cronin.
Save us.
Is that the right pronunciation?
Oh, yeah, you're live, baby. Save us from that last call.
Hello. I don't know if you've been asked for this for 1,000 times, but what were your... I was watching the main event,
right?
And I thought there would be a disqualification at the main event during that time.
Yeah, I was going to make note of that because with the attack on Omega. Yeah, great point.
Yeah, I was just wondering your thoughts on that. Like, shouldn't a wrestling match have a DQ on that, even though it's a 3-on-3?
I suppose that maybe if as long as the legal men weren't the ones in the ring, you know what I mean? If it's the guys who weren't legal in the match, I suppose the referee could continue it. I've seen them do that before, but I've also seen them DQ the whole thing anyway. So that's always been a 50-50. Like, you know what I mean? So that's the other thing that gave it away, that, okay, something else is going on because the match is still happening, and the Young Bucks are now it's 3-on-2 against the Young Bucks. So it's one of those things that's done because, well, wrestling. You know, it was done. It was something you see in the WWE a lot. But that doesn't bother me. As long as it wasn't the legal men. If it was legal men and they fought to the back and the referee's just like, okay, now I guess you guys are legal, you know, that would have bothered me. And so, if I'm wrong, someone tell me. But no, it didn't bother me.
Well, especially the way they built to that, too. I mean, you've got Jericho. He's got Omega in the walls. And then, you know, you get the super kick party. The Young Bucks dive outside. And then, you know, you get Omega going to do a dive of his own. He's ready to jump. And then, there's Moxley. Like, it was just such a surreal moment, perfectly executed, well-timed. That got, you know, goosebump moment for me. I was like, oh. And then another moment that really made me mark out was Omega when he grabbed the mop. And I'm like, the cleaner, you know, just such a simple thing, but the crowd went nuts.
I want to quickly, real quick, Jake, Couch Collectibles, like his channel, by the way, says, what do you think about the women's title being so small in the chat, he says. The women's title being so small, yeah, I think it is a little bit weird. It's kind of a throwback, and I do prefer the NXT belt, I gotta say, over the... I like the AEW World title the best of almost anything, but the women's belt, I wish it was... I've never been a fan of that sort of... that small, round, like, oval egg shape, you know, Jake?
Yeah. Come on, Cody, where's the equality there?
I know,
Men
man.
got a big belt, women have this tiny little thing. How's that fair?
Yeah, come on, man.
Come on, Cody. But, yeah... I only wish that they kind of did one thing better was going back and forth while Omega was attacking Moxley and vice versa on the outside. They held on that action for a long time, rightfully so, because that's your main event stars. But we didn't know what was going on in the ring, so I wish we did get to see a bit more of the match, because at that point in time, I thought the match was over. I thought that we had gone and had a DQ happen, just by the way that they didn't tune back into the match. So, but I mean, we obviously ended with Jericho hitting the Judas effect, and he covered, I think it was Matt. I'm not positive on that one.
Which Matt? Oh, yeah, that mentioned, yeah.
Yeah, so I think he pinned Matt for the win there, but...
Matt Jackson,
Yeah,
he was, knocked out, yeah.
I think that's...
Honestly, I can't remember if it was Matt or Nick. No, I really can't.
I mean, one of the Young Bucks. But then we got all the chaos afterwards. But I did wish that they kind of went back to the ring and let us know, hey, the match is still going on, or it wasn't a DQ. Simple gripe, but they covered from it after the fact. So
well, that
didn't take away from the overall, you know, feel of the main event. It's just a minor gripe.
It's a little thing to sort of pay attention to.
Something that they'll work on, obviously, in the future. But, yeah, Trailbound was the first one to bring it up. And once he mentioned it about the camera work and you know, how much cleaner it was, I was like, nice. I really started to take notice.
I love the AEW camera work. I was so like, dude, they had one moment when Guevara was... By the way, Guevara looks like he fucking... Does he gobble dick? Because that panda thing on his head when he's like, in the photo. I mean, it's cool if he does. I like it. I'm down with it. But it's just, he's so funny. But I like Sammy Guevara. And he's on the top rope, and he does this sort of like, I don't know, a springboard or a backflip or something. And and they were like panning with the crane cam God, it looks so awesome. Like, it was great. AEW, by the way, I'm looking on Twitter right now. Who won the war tonight is the question. Who won the war tonight? 42% of you say AEW won the war tonight. 33% of you say NXT won the war tonight. And 26% of you said it was a tie. And that's 345 votes. It's one of my top tweets on Twitter. Follow me at CorruptedPod. That's right, it's not Joe Cronin Show because I'm banned for life on Twitter because I'm a bad boy. Unlike Joey Janela, I am a bad boy. Joey Janela is a back down boy. Joey Janela backs down from this podcast. Joey Janela backs down from Enzo Amore. Ooh, go watch the video. He backs down. Joey Janela backs down from Big Cass and has to have Pat Buck do the dirty work. Joey Janela is about the same size as the superhuman guy who jumps in this stuff and says, "Fuck this shit," and then does the stupid juggalo thing. If you watch the video with them,
Juggalos and juggalettes.
they're not much different in size. Joey Janela is a vanilla midget who is seriously scared of everybody. He is not a bad boy. I'm the bad boy. So go to my Twitter account. Joey, are you banned for life on Twitter? No, because you're not a bad boy. I am. I'm living the gimmick. I am what I say I am. That's why I'm real as fuck. And you're not. At Corrupted Pod. So don't forget that. At Corrupted Pod on Twitter. At Corrupted Pod. That's short for Corrupted Podcast. Jake DeMarco, we have another donation coming in. It's from your grandfather. No, I'm just kidding.
Shit bum.
Sorry about that.
What a night, the real war has officially begun.
Master owes me money.
The Elite 95. Shout out to The Elite 95. 1995, I was 11 years old, and I was watching WrestleMania 11. The Elite 95, what a night. The real war has officially begun. And to me, unfortunately, it feels like a war inside my own head. It doesn't feel like I'm watching a war yet. It feels like frustration, but like chaos in a good way. Like I can't figure out which one to watch because I like the both of them so much.
It's going to be really difficult going forward to try and focus on both. I think we're going to have to, figure it out.
Yeah, by the way, green shirt guy.
I
want to choke you, green shirt guy. You are a traitor. You are a sucker. What a sick fuck green shirt guy is. Tech Pan, thanks for subbing to the channel. All he wants to do is be on TV and be noticed for some reason, yet he doesn't do interviews and he won't say anything. The guy is a big... God, I want to choke that guy.
Throw him over the barricade.
What would you do to green shirt guy?
Oh my God, I'm so fucking
It's
horny.
not
Oh
legal,
my God, I'm
that's
so
for sure.
fucking horny. Oh my God, I'm so fucking
You would
horny.
do this.
Happy fucking birthday.
You would do this,
Oh my God,
Jake.
so fucking horny. Oh my God, so horny. Oh my God, so horny. Happy birthday. Oh, honey, honey, honey. Donation, time. Put it in my rum bum.
Yeah, the devil put in my bum. BJ.
Wow, this is getting out of control. Come on, man, this is crazy.
Happy birthday, Jake. I know I am late, but here you go. And for you, Joe, you think Tommy crazy with his clown stuff. Only if you saw my shit, ask Jake again. Happy birthday, Jake, and thank you both for all the entertaining stuff you guys bring to the table.
Oh, JB, thank you for the $16 I'm so horny donation. I'll send 80% of that to Jake, or maybe 10%.
Jay Zombie, yeah.
Maybe
he's
10%.
got quite the collection of Joker,
Really?
Oh yeah.
You're gonna go see Joker on October the 4th.
He's going. I think he
tonight?
might be at the theater now. Actually, he's going at midnight.
Super chat.
Wednesday are officially wrestling. Hell yes.
It is off the friggin' chart right now. Casey is raw. Thank you so much for dropping $2, Casey. It's good to hear from you. And real quick, let me sneak another phone call in here. We are chaotic right now, and we're going to talk.
Phone lines are jammed.
They are flipping out. People are telling me it's busy. I know, because 213's on the phone. Hello.
Yeah, this is Junior calling from Los Angeles. I just want to talk about the spot with the Kenny Omega and John Moxley. People are calling it like fake glass and stuff.
Right. Probably. Yeah. It probably is. Yeah.
Yeah. But I don't think people should really be complaining because it's live television and real glasses too. it's unpredictable, you know.
Anybody anybody that goes like, is it a problem? What do you like? I guess like, are people saying that like, are people saying that that's like a negative?
We're
like,
calling AEW soft.
I mean,
Yeah, because
do they know that it's? Do they know
I'm
it's
on the
all
West
fake?
Coast, so I have to wait for Dynamite until 8 p.m. while it's
that
being
sucks.
live on the East Coast.
Do they
So
know?
I have to watch it like on a.
Do they know?
On a stream?
Here's what you say.
That's so unfortunate.
I never smoke cigarettes. Do not smoke cigarettes. I quit smoking years ago, but every once in a while I have a cigarette now, and I'm having one tonight because I feel good. Listen to this, though, bro. Anybody that says, like, oh, my God, they use fake glass. Yeah, you know what? They use fake moves. Everything's fake. It's fucking wrestling,
Yeah.
you fucking idiots.
That's what I was saying. And I'm also saying, like, when Shane McMahon jumped off of Hell in a Cell, he landed in a fucking bouncy house. It's like people have to stop bringing up all this fake stuff,
Yeah.
fake that.
Yeah,
He had
it's
a
hard.
parachute beneath him there.
Come on, man. Yeah.
People get mad when they call wrestling fake, but
all that mattered is
when
it looked
it's
cool.
obvious-
It just all that mattered is it looked cool. That's all that mattered. It made a shatter. It looked cool. It looked real.
Looked great. The way the glass fractured, and
Yeah.
it was like perfect execution.
You
yet
can
again.
still be cut by it too. It is dummy glass, but
It's sugar glass,
Yeah.
but yeah, it still is
Yeah.
sharp on the edges because it's still
Yeah.
splitting apart and fracturing. I mean, we had a play that we put on years ago, and you had a champagne bottle that had to be whacked over somebody's head, and that stuff is still hard. I mean, you still have to go ahead and use some force. End up getting some
Yeah.
stitches if you don't hit it right at the right angle.
Yeah. Also, the overall feel of the show, I don't know if you guys watch boxing, but it gave me like a real, like a main event feel with the whole lighting, and
Yeah.
it looked like a race
Yep.
to me, but I loved it. I love the feel.
that was the difference between NXT and AEW. While NXT
Yeah.
seemed to have some of the better like NXT takeover quality matches, and AEW kind of had more of a TV weekly wrestling show vibe to it. The atmosphere of AEW, it felt like HBO boxing or something. Like it,
Yeah.
You're right on with that. I appreciate the call, dude. Good call. I gotta go, but you're good call. Great call. Call again. Keep calling. Everybody that's been calling, except for that guy earlier who was a mongoloid. Maybe he can never call again. But you guys have been doing a good job. Jake,
Going on, we're pretty doing decent tonight with the calls. So yeah, keep them coming.
What was the best thing that happened tonight? Would you say, Jake, on NXT?
Really quick before I even say that, while you were talking about the lighting, before each title defense, they would have the champion and the challenger in the ring, and they would lower the house lights and just have two silhouettes come down for spotlights above them as the announcer would announce the champion, the contender, and they would show off the belt, and it just gave it a real emphasis on, oh god, this is a big moment, this is a big match. And they've done it a few times before, but this was it really added to the special feeling. So I'm glad they did that. And the pyro looked even better this time on AEW. I don't know if they had it like the way the stage was mic'd or what, but you actually heard it this time too.
Yes. Well, again, the sound,
concussive stuff.
They just did a way better job of miking sound tonight. I would say that, let's say WWE is like damn near perfect with sound, right? Other than the ring not sounding very good sometimes, WWE is like 90% sounds great, 95%, maybe even flawless almost because they're so good at it. AEW on their past Double or Nothings, out of like All Outs and all that stuff, they felt like 65% with the sound. Tonight felt like 85%, much better.
Yeah, I'll give you that.
Pyro was about the same for Cody as it was for All Out. There was first flames shoot up, and then then it shoots off, and then there's one big blast at the end. It was
concussion.
They have a pattern for Cody clearly because it was almost identical. I watched his entrance a few times because I get into that sort of thing to see what it's like, and they were pretty much identical, but the sound was noticeably louder and better because it was TV produced. I feel like, I guess. I mean, I don't know what the reason for it being so much better was, but it was.
I think they're just getting all the kinks out of the system at this point. That they really are learning from their mistakes.
Exactly, and they were going to be ready for TV. They probably have some TV people working with them too that they didn't have on those other shows. Super chat.
The Wednesday Night Wars has begun.
Hell yeah, baby! Man of 1,005 holds. He's back, baby. He's back. Blow it up. AEW versus NXT Wednesday nights.
A little bit of the bubbly.
That's it.
Want some bubbly? Look at this stuff. Oh, a little bit of the bubbly.
That's it.
The issue with NXT is that they will always be at full sale. Unlike AEW, they will be a touring brand.
Right. That is a major difference. Dwayne the Cock Johnson. And by the way, Maddie, thank you, Dwayne, for the donation. And Maddie, we will be back with Out of Nowhere tomorrow night. Out of Nowhere is not canceled. We're just not doing it on Wednesdays anymore because of AEW and NXT. So tomorrow night is going to be Out of Nowhere. Tons of wrestling news to talk about, including CM Punk Friday. I mean, like, what's going to happen there? Obviously, he didn't show up tonight.
Get it, man.
Probably kills that.
So man. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Oh, you are fucked. No.
AEW was great tonight. I'll give it like an 8,510. AEW has that old WCW NWA feel to it. AEW.
It sure does, Johnny
Titles
Cage.
looks prestigious like real championship belts.
Yeah, they really do, Johnny Cage. I think the titles look great. I think one of the problems with NXT's titles now, looking at them for the most part, is they all look the same. North American title definitely looks different. But, you know, yeah. I don't know. I like the NXT titles too. But what do you think about the tag titles? Did you get Johnny Cage? Thanks for the donation. Real quick, Jake, like 30 seconds. Did you get a look at the tag titles of AEW, and what do you think of them?
Not clearly. No, I only caught a glimpse.
Go take a look. They're pretty cool.
Yeah, from what I saw, it looked interesting. But I want to see a higher res photo. You know, on a larger scale. I was watching that on smaller screen, so I want to go ahead and check that out.
Did I say NWA or NXT?
You said AEW.
Okay, because I'm losing my mind tonight. Like, I may be having like a stroke. Like, you know, like, I mean,
too much to wait.
I'm on full.
I thought it was refreshing seeing new faces and getting just anything different than WWE. I enjoyed the shit out of myself.
I did too, Movado, and it's good to hear from you.
Movado, you are a sexy donator, Movado. But Movado, you don't have what it takes to equal Soundwave 92, who donated $29 earlier, but for some reason I wrote 92.
Roman Reigns, you're my man.
Sit back and feel it from Roman.
I wanna see you naked. You gotta give me that Superman punch in my rectum. Give me that Superman punch in my rectum. I don't care if your whole fist goes up my asshole. Roman Reigns. Oh, Roman Reigns.
Joe, I'm sorry this isn't necessarily wrestling related, but I would love nothing more than to hear you do an impression of Trump debating Elizabeth Warren, but keep referring to her as Miss Elizabeth like the Macho Man. Love you, bro.
I don't even know what that means, Parker. I love that, but I can't really do Donald Trump, man. I mean, like, hey, Miss Elizabeth, you know, Miss Elizabeth, you know, I can't do that. I'll work on that for you, though, Parker. $14, I'll work on that. I'm going to try to replay that in my head a few times and figure out exactly what you're talking about. Like, you know, like, you saying like Macho Man? Because I'll be like, Miss Elizabeth, but he'd be like, Miss Elizabeth. You know, I don't know exactly what you're looking for. But
I see Jay and Silent Bob holding the tag belts. They look good.
Oh,
they look
no.
really good.
Don't let them have them.
Yeah, they did a photo shoot with Jericho. I see them now.
Somebody's saying Kevin Smith looks sickly. He had a major like heart bypass thing that saved his life.
He's just so skinny too now. You're used to seeing a big guy, so
he looks weird though. He does look.
He does look just gangly. I mean, don't know how else to phrase it. Just
it's weird.
Awkward.
Like it's just
his head doesn't fit on his body anymore.
Yeah,
so.
like what is going on? I mean, he's healthy though. That's the thing. I know. I don't want to.
Yeah.
He looks. Their movie's coming out too. They're trying to get everywhere. They're trying to get on Hot Wings. That didn't work out, so then they made fun of it. And now they're in the front row at AEW. So they were probably panicking like crazy to do any kind of promotion they could for their movie that's coming out. So hopefully people see it. I don't even remember what it's called. So like that's a bad sign right there. But Soundwave 92.
I am looking forward to the movie though.
What's it called?
I don't even know the name.
See, oh my God,
Jay and Silent Bob, the sequel.
I was gonna plug it for him just for fun. You know, I like those guys. You know, just let's plug it for him. Okay, let's go to another phone call. Phone lines are jammed. This is the Joe Cronin Show live after every single WWE, AEW, NXT, and whatever thing. Been doing this for 7 years on YouTube, 8 years, maybe longer than anybody in this format. We will take a call from 401 live. What's up, 401?
Hey, brother. It's MWM 2 times.
MWM, baby. Where are you? What state are you in? Aren't you right near me?
Yeah, I'm in Rhode Island. Bro.
Rhode Island, yeah, bro. I'm right near Woonsocket. Let's go.
Yeah, I got you. First time, long time. Just wanted to say love you, love Jake. I think AEW is going to be hella great. NXT was good when Balor was there, Bailey was there. Joe Balor match is awesome. Sasha Bailey match is awesome. AEW, I think, is going to be the up and coming, and that's all I watched tonight. So I'll hang up and let you guys go. First time, like I said, great to be on the show. I look forward to talking to you soon. Missed you at Summer Showdown.
Yeah, man, that sucked.
Times, but
have I seen you? I've seen you there before, right?
Yeah, I've seen you at least twice. I saw Jake once during when the Hardys came.
All right.
In the Fall River.
That's awesome. Yeah, I remember that now. Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, I ran into a lot of people out there. Thank you, man. Have a good night, MW.
Well, thank you so much. I'll holler at you. Bye.
All right.
Great call. Much love.
Yeah, we see him a lot of shows. We see a lot of you guys. I mean, dude, I can't tell you how cool people are. I mean, dude, when I was at what was it, NXT and Lowell, like I had like 9 different people come up to me and grab me or say hi and scare me and take a picture with me. Like just nice people that were.
It was odd that all 9 people met you at the urinal, but
yeah, I mean, one guy did blow me, which was exciting. Like
that was Connor.
There's a BJ, but then there's a BJ from a listener, and that's different. John DeCarlo, thank you for subscribing to the channel, man. Buenos noches. We're still live here on the Joe Cronin Show. Tons more to talk about. Tons more calls coming in. This is a celebration, a party of a night, a historical night, and everybody's subscribing because we're having a subscription party. Jeff Duarte, thank you for subbing to the channel, man. Depending on what nationality you are, that last name could be said a couple different ways. So I'm sorry if I butchered it in the wrong one, but I am kind of a moron, so it happens. Shamari17, thanks for subbing to the channel.
Yeah, look at all these new subscribers. Want to hear a great joke?
Yes.
It's the Total Divas premiere. They didn't even get 250,000 viewers.
That was tonight?
Yeah, so last night, I believe it was. So.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Ronda Rousey.
Not good at all.
Big old Nia Jackson, her double ACL.
2 sweet motherfuckers in the chat. Subscribe or die.
I am so hyped tonight watching Air. You had thought you and JD from NY was in front row being interviewed. Turn out it was Jay and Silent Bob. 2 sweet JCS Army and all wrestling fans. Happy belated birthday to Leah and that sexy beast Jake. Let me in, lol.
2 sweet. Ooh. Yeah, Jake had his birthday and then Leah had hers. So sexy. But you know what? I really appreciate that, 2 sweet. You're a great person.
Hell yeah.
But I don't know if you know this, but the other day, speaking of that, of Rybotch called an adult phone line the other day. I don't have all of it, but I do have some of it. Here's some of it right now. Me, Sean.
How are you?
How's it going?
Oh, wait. I lost it.
Pretty good. What about yourself?
I'm just sitting here, I'm drinking some tequila. I'm drinking some, Bud Light, having a good time.
Come on, Ryback. What are you doing, Rybotch?
Sounds like a good night to me.
I'm getting really... Well, yeah, I'm getting fucked up. Shell shock.
Well, I like that you're getting fucked up.
Yeah,
what do you usually think about when you're getting fucked up like this?
I get really fucked up, and then I give it to you, and I give you the shell shock.
Yeah, what's that?
Yeah, it's when I pick you up and I put you down, but on my dick.
That sounds pretty good.
Yeah. I'm Rose. Ryback Rose.
He'd come to my eyes once.
Then smash it up. Come on, what are you waiting for?
Advertise your channel.
Yeah, my name is yeah, I got a YouTube channel. Oh my God.
What's my grundle?
You know what's ready? I'm gonna tongue you down. Yeah.
Oh my God, Ryback.
Ryback TV, finish it.
Oh, come on, Ryback.
There's the advertisement.
Why you gotta call these Rybotch? Why are you calling the sex line?
Do the Ryback noise.
Come on, man.
Fuck yeah.
Don't know what a grundle is.
That's the spot under your fucking right. Oh my God, you don't know what it is? Oh my God, I'm gonna fucking say Grundle again. Say Grundle again, please.
Oh, why should I?
Oh.
If you want to explain what it is, why should I say it?
Yeah. Oh, I'm so close. Say it's the spot. It's right under your fucking, like, the little taint spot under your ass and between your pussy and your ass. That spot up in there. You know, you like sometimes.
Oh my God.
Come on, say fucking finger my Grundle.
Pit of spikes.
Oh my God.
I think you should say it. See where you want to live.
Yeah. Oh, it's time. Ryback roar.
Oh my God. Well, anyway, the rest of that will be up later. You may have heard that on Monetize this Friday on my other YouTube channel, Corrupted Nation. Hopefully you subscribe to that on Monetize this. But I will be uploading the entire thing as Rybotch called an adult phone line. Very weird and creepy, but he wanted to finish it. That being said, Jake, what was your favorite moment of the night? You think
favorite
on each
moment.
one?
As far as NXT goes, I really loved the entire opening of NXT. Adam Cole, Matt Riddle for the NXT title. Amazing match. A lot of fun to be had there. Topped off by Finn Balor was a real holy shit moment. Seeing him go back to NXT. I'm a huge Balor fan. I've wanted to see them do something proper with him for quite some time now. He's just been floundering in the mid-card, not really making an impact. And I think this is a real opportunity to let him not only be the one to shine, but to make others look like $1 million as well. As far as AEW, I really loved the conclusion to the night. Honestly, just a total chaos. You didn't know what was coming. Just moment after moment, you see Moxley come out. You figure that's how the night's going to end, but no. Then the match continues. Jericho gets the win, and then you see Dustin Rhodes come out. That's topped off by Jake Hager coming out, and now we have this new stable of heels led by Chris Jericho that are trying to destroy and decimate the elite. So that's going to be a great storyline and feud going forward. They really set up a lot of things the right way, and I think that it was just a perfect conclusion to a great debut.
Yeah, I really do think that kind of the opening of AEW. I also really enjoyed the opening. I like the way that it started, the hype, and then Cody coming out. I like Cody's match with Guevara. I actually like the way they started the night. And yeah, that would really, to me, be the best thing that I saw all night. That was my favorite match. And then I liked the chaos at the end. I also like the pacing. That's one of the biggest things I can say about AEW. With NXT, it felt like, again, bring out another match. That's pretty cool. Bring out another match. That's pretty cool. So NXT kind of nailed it, and they were fun and stuff like that. But one of the things I really appreciated from AEW was the pacing. I thought it really was. And while there was some things that I was, right as I started to think with the MJF stuff, I don't really care about this, but I like MJF. They were done with it. So the pacing of AEW was so well done, and for a new company to execute the pacing the way they did, it wasn't like their all-out shows and Double or Nothings, where it was 7 hours, it felt like, and it didn't feel like anything really got going until the last 3 matches. Tonight, it really was amazing how they did a complete wrestling show with, even when you had moments that weren't the best, no matter what, everything felt right, and it felt like it was moving on to the next thing or transitioning well or in an exciting way. So that's what I appreciated there. From NXT, while there was a few things that I missed from NXT, I enjoyed the Balor surprise and what they did there. Adam Cole and
Matt Riddle.
Matt Riddle opened up. They went right at it, right to open the night up. They opened the night with the NXT Championship. They
didn't want you to have a chance to change the channel. It seemed like they had limited commercials, especially in that match, and as well as the women's title match. they had, you know, those real just quick little 60-second breaks, but it was all picture-in-picture. They did not want you to change the channel. They were aware.
I'm not making a promise, but I am predicting that tomorrow, and I want you guys to look for this on my channel. Hopefully I'll have it up. I may watch both these shows again tonight and then do a podcast where I review them up against each other very closely. So I may do that later because there's such chaos. So I may call it like something like the morning after the war or something like that. And I think I'm going to do that because I'll have more clarity, because it seemed like that opening match was just so great. And I did watch it, but I didn't hear the audience. That's my problem, is I wasn't able to really hear the audience. But what I saw from Adam Cole in his match, it just looked like it was a knockdown, drag out, like epic opening. There was
because you made a comment before saying that it seemed a bit more quiet, but it wasn't. It was just, you know, you not being able to hear the audio.
It was my headphones, yeah.
Yeah,
right.
That was one of the loudest Full Sail crowds we had in quite some time.
Well, there was a moment during another match, Mia Yim's match, where I heard it was very silent, and I was like, wow, you can hear.
That kind of dragged out, and it was weird, too, because in that match, they would go to the picture-in-picture for commercials, and so you're trying to watch it, but then you don't have the announcers as well, so it really made it kind of seem awkward.
I am so hyped for the ratings. I have to play donations right now. We have to pay the bills. You guys keep me doing this show. Many of you are new tonight that don't know, but yeah, you guys are the ones that fund this show. I'd be working my 3 other jobs again and not doing these at all if it wasn't for you guys, so thank you for the donations. So I do want to play some now, and feel free to drop them, and I'll take more phone calls in just a few.
Give me a hell yeah!
Alexa.
AEW has bigger name main eventers, but NXT women's division is way better. What if Asuka came back to challenge Basila? That would be money. The 2 most dominant NXT champs ever.
Alexa's sweet ass. I think that's a valid thing to say. I think you're right. I think right now the women's division of NXT is stronger. That match was certainly stronger. Candice LeRae, her match was just really good, man. It was definitely one of the best things that happened all night on either program.
Here we go. I'm about to get it, man. Here we go. About to
and
get
Shayna
it, man.
Baszler, by the way, retaining the belt.
Oh, no.
Jack Miller.
I love the UFC boxing promo tape for the opening match. I think more of that would be a great way to differentiate with WWE. It added a sport element.
You mean for AEW? Jake, thank you very much, Jake, for the $5 and the super chat. Yeah, I think that there's a clear difference between both shows, and that's why I almost feel like AEW definitely kind of matches up better against WWE. It felt like I was watching ECW versus WCW tonight, in a way. Not really, because NXT isn't like violent like ECW was, and it wasn't extreme like that either, but like it felt smaller.
Yeah, lesser produced.
Yeah, like it's just different. I took a dump on Trump.
Scale.
Yeah, thank you. I took a dump on Trump. Thanks for the subscription.
I wish that this was a Monday Night War.
Yeah.
Then we wouldn't have to suffer through Raw.
Yeah, we could turn Raw
because
off.
I want to watch NXT and I want to watch AEW. I would have Raw be on a 2-inch screen and just kind of put it off to the side and maybe look every now and again. Maybe.
Exactly.
No guarantees.
That's
is Bray Wyatt doing something? You know.
Bark Dog, thank you for the $1.99. Happy birthday to my little bro. And look at that. Right now it's happening. Super Chat Party! Oh my God, the first Super Chat Party in AEW! I really appreciate that. But yeah, dude.
Happy birthday to your little brother, then.
Happy birthday. Whatever his name is. Happy birthday, little brother. I wish, yeah, because it would be like, okay, Raw sucks. Oh, God, let's watch AEW.
Yeah.
You know, I agree. It's kind of, I almost wish that AEW was on Tuesday nights, and it was Monday Night Raw, Tuesday Night Dynamite, Wednesday Night NXT, Thursday Night Throwdown, and Friday Night SmackDown. It would be, wow, that would be way better.
Yeah, you figure they would get more viewers, too, because people wouldn't be choosing one or the other. They'd be able to watch all of it.
Right.
That's why I was surprised when they went ahead and said that, oh, hey.
Well, remember, that's why it's NXT's fault. That they just did this to be shitheads.
Yeah.
To cock block a little bit.
Yes, and I mean, NXT's always been on Wednesdays.
Well, you're right about that. Maybe AEW did it.
Happy birthday to Lil Bark.
Yeah, happy birthday, Lil Bark. What up, Lil Bark? Arr! Arr! Oh, by the way, we know a girl named Crystal who has a little bark. Did you know that? It's Tommy's friend, her name is Crystal. She has a little bark. Some would call it a little orgasm.
Joe, stop playing that clip.
Crystal sounds amazing there. I would put her in my porn.
That clip from last night. Tommy
What
wants
is
to
the
bust it in her.
context of that?
Oh,
I basically bust in on her.
Oh, Tommy and Mitzi basically busted in on her.
Joe, stop playing that clip.
Crystal sounds amazing there. I would put her in my porn.
What is the context of that?
Oh,
I basically bust in on her.
If you missed Throwdown last night, you missed a hell of a show over on my other channel, Corrupted Nation.
Super chat.
Thursday night. Now it's on Tuesday night.
Best junior quote of the night, lol. Don't worry about the mules, just load the damn wagon.
Yeah, that's what it was. Jake was talking about that earlier. Metal Gear Nemesis. What a cool name. God, I love Metal Gear Solid and all the Metal Gears too. Yeah, man, now I want to go play. Yeah, don't worry about the mules, just load the damn wagon.
That's what it was, yeah. Such a good quote.
Yeah, dude, that was... You might have, wow, it was really good. Yeah, it was probably had that.
It suited the moment so well.
Yeah, JR was good tonight. He didn't explode off the fucking microphone, but he was good. He didn't have those lulls of good God, I'm tired. Somebody get JR a 5-hour energy.
He was awake for sure.
By the way, I want to take another second here, not to overdo it here, but I do want to mention my friends over at Title Match Wrestling. Guys, TitleMatchWrestlingNetwork.com. Go over there. Oh, by the way, John, thanks for subbing to the channel, man. TitleMatchWrestlingNetwork.com. Go over there tonight, guys. So many different companies, including All-Star New England Wrestling, New England All-Star Wrestling. That's a company I'm doing commentary for right now. Some of these companies I'm doing commentary for. Use my coupon code.
Happy 2009, Wrestling Jake and Joe from the UK, beaming face with smiling eyes.
You know us Americans, we can't get anything right over here. LFC01, thank you for the donation, man. Yeah, I think it's 2009. I'm kind of a moron. I mean, come on, I'm on YouTube right now. We've been doing this for 8 years. I'm kind of a little bit out of my mind. 717, what's
crazy.
Up? Yeah. Yo, 717, you're live. What's up?
Yeah. Why'd you call me that name earlier, Joe? You and your fat friend.
Oh, penis head?
Just what your mother is, Joe.
Are you a male or a female? Which one do you identify as?
I am a female. And you're a faggot, Joe.
Oh, man. I hope your mother dies of AIDS.
Have your parents put another cigarette out on your face. Jesus.
Man, have your parents put another cigarette out on your face? Oh my God, Jake, that was great. Anyway, it's coming in from Packerman 71.
$9 for a fuck. Someone donated 9. I'm getting hard. I got 9 inches inside of your wife. $9. I'm shooting my semen to the ceiling. I'm coming and my balls have turned blue. $9. Suck my dick.
You could all suck my privates.
Apparently during the AU main event while it was on commercial, someone threw a hot dog into the ring, which prompted Jericho to pick up a mic and ask who threw a wiener in the ring. Watch that become his next best-selling t-shirt, lol.
Oh my God. That's fucking hilarious. I don't think he wants anything to do with the wiener, though. I don't know.
Yeah, I got that tweeted to me before. I didn't get to read it yet, but I have it pulled up.
Yeah, I mean, like Jericho, King of Buns. You know, he would have to say something funny like, wiener, like, you know what I think of this? I think wieners suck. Like, and then people would laugh at that, and then people would be tweeting wieners suck, and then he would make a t-shirt. You know, Chris Jericho says wieners suck. Get the new wieners suck t-shirt, and it'll be a hot dog with cartoon arms doing a DX chop. It'd be great.
AEW put the video of it, Joe, on their Twitter.
Oh, really? That's genius.
Yeah.
I'm going to pull that. I'm going to find that.
Milk Dud tweeted at us 17 minutes ago, so thank you.
Thank you, brother. I'm going to go back to the donations, so we're not here until tomorrow. The Silent Rager now. Silent.
And Brian, thank you. It's Jay and Silent Bob Reboot.
Oh, Okay, all right.
The reboot.
They really should have stressed that more tonight. Like Chris Van Fish Fillet should have done better with that. Come on, Chris Van Fish Fillet, and why don't you have Joe Cronin on your show, man? I'll come out there. I'll fly out there with your nice, greasy, slick black hair.
You
I like
make up your history.
I'm gonna make up my story. Say that I loved wrestling forever. I've been doing commentary for whatever.
But that's the truth.
Oh, it's true. I just realized that. I was like, well, wait a minute. Oh, Eric Collier, thanks for subbing to the channel, man. What's up? And pour a drink for Eric in the chat right now.
Your history is that you were a former Call of Duty champion, and you went ahead.
No, Halo. It was a Halo. I was really good at Halo.
Now it's no. That's the truth. You gotta fabricate. Change a few things, a few details. You're a Call of Duty elite champion, all-time pro player, and one day you turned on the TV, wrestling was on, and you said, "I could do that."
I thought Nyla was okay tonight. Yeah, well, he could do that.
Billy, you cunt!
Awandi, what's up?
Frog off.
Awesome AEW debut tonight. 810. Can't wait for the war to continue.
8 out of 10, I believe, is what Magpole Mike. Wow, Magpole Mike, thank you for dropping a huge $20 bomb there. Magpole Mike is a guy who we've always heard from here or there, so it's great to hear from you again, Mag.
I like the Magpole Mike. $20. I'm going to go buy some drugs.
No, I appreciate it, Mag. 8 out of 10, man. I'm there. I don't know if I can do ratings tonight because I got to watch this again. I almost want to say like 8.5 and an 8, like maybe like an or like I almost want to say they're tie for different reasons. Like
yeah, that's the thing. I'd probably go like 8.5 for AEW and 9 for NXT.
Yeah, I almost feel like NXT was like
NXT edged it out for me, but that, like I said, I'm not biased, but more established with those.
I was more excited by AEW, but NXT had these solid matches that they just brought out. Yeah, have another one now. Do that, and they just brought them out and they kept going. So it's hard to say. Andrew Neighbors, thanks for subbing to the channel, man. Everybody hype up Andrew in the chat there. Much appreciated. Also, people are saying that video is funny. And that's fun. I can see that some of the WWE fans or NXT fans are fighting with the AEW fans already. Oh no, here he is.
You like steroids because I like steroids.
Allegedly.
Steroids in my veins. Put the steroids in my veins. Put the steroids in my brain. Then I fucking go insane. Jinder Mahal. I put the needle in my balls. Jinder Mahal. I'm big as a motherfucking goddamn garbage truck.
Muhammad Abdel.
910 for Air, which I know is high, but I had such a great time watching Air. Happy that Riho won. NXT fans are crazy tonight. BTW lol. Do you think SmackDown and Raw will be worse now that we have higher standards?
Oh, yeah, I'm kind of worried about them. Muhammad Abdel, thank you so much for the donation. Jinder Balls. Yeah, I'm a little bit worried. And I'm like you. I think I'm giving AEW more credit than maybe somebody who was looking at it more subjectively because I was so hyped for the show and about it, and the crowd was so hyped too, that it made AEW that much better than maybe it could, maybe deserved to be. Maybe I'm giving it 1 point higher than maybe I normally would. But I'm gonna accept that tonight because I'm that excited about it that I'm going there with it. I almost want to give both shows the same. But I am going to do a follow-up podcast tomorrow that I'll update. That will be like the day after the war or something like that, I'm going to call it. And I'm going to sort of break down what went on both shows, similar to an old-school podcast review style way of doing things. It's been a while since I've done that. So look for that tomorrow or later. It probably will go up on my Patreon as well in audio form. So please make sure you're a patron. Patreon.com/Joe Cronin Show. Or if you have the Patreon app on your phone, you can download all my stuff in audio form to your phone. And check out all the bonus perks. Plus, become a producer of the show if you're in the $25 tier or above. Jake, did you see what happened on AEW after the show went off the air besides the hot dog stuff?
Yeah, yes, and besides the crowd chanting, that's my wiener. The Lucha Bros, Jack Evans, and Angelico defeated Private Party and Best Friends in the first ever post-AEW Dynamite bonus match. So that's a hell of an event those guys got to see in person. Damn.
That's pretty cool,
and
man.
they had a few matches, actually, dark matches before the show. I don't know if they were taping them or not for something like later on, but before the Dynamite went live on TNT, SCU took on Luchasaurus, Marco Stunt, and Jungle Boy. So Jurassic Express went ahead, but they were defeated. So SCU went out on top. And then we had Allie and Britt Baker take on Penelope Ford and Bea Priestley. And Britt Baker and Allie won. And
she sounded asleep on commentary to you. Did you hear her on commentary? Britt
during
Baker?
the women's match, she didn't sound as
She
lively
sounded
as I thought she would.
she actually sounded upset that she wasn't on the show or wrestling.
Yeah.
I mean, she I don't know if that's the way she always sounds. Somebody could let me know, but to me, Britt Baker, she just sounded like, yeah, well, I'm not there, so like that. It was really bizarre to me.
Yeah, if it was supposed to come across like defeated or jealous, it just sounded almost just like she was disenfranchised more than anything. Like she just didn't give a shit. So
It sounded like she was apathetic.
Yeah, that's a great way to put it. So.
Let's go ahead and take another
it was
call
cool
in
that
a
they gave
second.
people three matches following the show.
413, hang on 1 second, man. Let me just. Why am I hearing feedback? Is that his phone or is that me?
His phone. Yeah.
All right. That was wicked annoying. It might not have been.
If you do call in, folks, just make sure you mute the stream so this way we don't get any feedback like that.
I think that might have been Skype, though, because that was instant feedback where he had his phone on speaker. Hey, 412's on the phone. Hey, 412, what's up?
Yo, Joe, man, what did you think about AEW's commentary tonight? Legit, like, what did you think?
Way better than it was. I mean, like, a little bit better than it was. So, like, I thought before they were pretty good, but they were a mess at the same time. So I was giving their commentary team, like, a 6.5 out of 10. Better than Raw, better than SmackDown, but, like, weird, and they weren't gelling. I would say tonight, with Shivani there and JR feeling a little bit more confident, and Excalibur coming in when he did, I think they were a solid, like, maybe 8 out of 10 tonight. So I was much more impressed than I had been.
Yeah, me too. I mean, the commentary team is head and shoulders above anything the fucking WWE has with that vampire bastard, Vic Joseph. I mean, he's fucking terrible. He's a Michael Cole replica. It's pathetic.
Yeah,
Why the fuck would you want to replicate Michael Cole?
Vic Joseph stole my job, the son of a bitch.
I hope he fucking dies, to be honest. I hope his whole family gets cancer.
Oh, my God. Jesus.
He's a piece of shit.
Well, I think he's a nice guy. I just don't... He's just boring, robotic to me. Which is what
he might
Vince
be a nice
wants.
guy, but it's like having Nosferatu on commentary. I can't take it.
I'll call this match. No, but I mean, I like Mauro Ranallo. I think the NXT crew is great. I still think they're the best team.
Moro's cool, but he's like an overly sensitive little like SJW bitch. Like anybody who says anything to him about his depression or anything, he blocks you on Twitter. He's a great announcer, but he's just a bitch.
I mean, he definitely has emotional issues and mental issues, but at least the one thing I'll say about him is at least he admits that. At least he really does. Like, at least he comes out and says, "Hey, listen, if you call me a wuss, I'm gonna go cry somewhere." At least he says that. You know what I mean? So that's the thing. So I really do like Mauro, but yeah, I get what you're saying.
Well, the bitch is still a bitch. Anyway, I love the show. Hey, man, this is actually Paul 3 in the chat. I love you guys. Love you, Jake. Love you, Joe. Have a good one. Thanks for taking my call.
Thanks, man. Well, you were better a heel on that phone call than anybody in the WWE is a heel on the commentary team. So good job. I really think that guy was kind of funny.
Did you hear that WWE has a new talk show?
FS1.
It's called, no, this is The Bump. It takes place Wednesday mornings.
I heard. Yeah, we talked about this a couple weeks ago, and it sounded so ridiculous. I kind of didn't. I was like, "Oh, cool, whatever," and like I didn't acknowledge it. But it's already out now.
Yeah, I didn't think it was out yet, but apparently it was. Taking Back Sunday did a message for Seth Rollins, who was one of the first people on the show. And
what happened on it?
Not much.
Somebody's
they
hosting
interviewed
it.
Seth Rollins to build for Hell in a Cell.
Who's
Taking
hosting
Back
it?
Sunday chimed in.
Who's hosting it? Give me like the whole what is the really show?
I'm trying to find out more. We'll have to break it down tomorrow night for Out of Nowhere. But
because I thought we heard who was hosting it, and it was like, oh wow, that's kind of weird. That's interesting.
Yeah, I'm gonna find out more information for it for sure. But
hell yeah! While you do that, let me go to a phone call again. We got so many phone calls. We've had a record number for Wednesday night. I think potentially we're getting there.
Absolutely.
We aren't having a record number. I take that back. I forget what it was recently, but we set the record recently. It was like thousands of calls. Unknown callers on the phone. Hello, unknown caller. Uh-oh. Unknown caller 3, 2. Hello. Oh, they're gone.
Over the top rope.
They've been eliminated. Let me go back really quickly to the donations.
Super Chat Party.
AEW or NXT tonight?
Jericho, Moxley, and Swagger are the new NWO.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I'm like, oh, God, it's the NWO again. Todd Pelkey, thank you for the $1.99. It was wild. It was the lines were drawn, I guess. We've got the tag team tournament coming up next week. I, for some reason, forgot and was thinking that was happening tonight, Todd, but pretty interesting.
Yeah.
And
I thought so as well.
Pretty fun. It's happening in Boston. I don't know if I'm going to Boston again next week to see AEW. I'm going to try to work something out. If not, I'll be right here calling it.
We'll be live.
Or I'll be at AEW, rather AEW, not NXT. I'll be at AEW, running around, hopefully interviewing you guys and like taking videos of you guys and being a crazy maniac idiot outside. Right now, the top donation is from Soundwave 92.
My name is
Ryback. Oh no! Cryback.
Hey, what?
Give me some more money. My name's Ryback. I want that money, money, money. My name is fucking Ryback. Give me some more money. Money is my crack. My name's Ryback.
DC Derek, $40.
I found it hard to masturbate during the women's match. If I masturbate to Riho, I feel like a pedo. If I masturbate to Nyla Wellian, no.
Hey, listen, DC Derek, if you want to do it, don't feel any shame. She's a she. It's okay. Oh, yeah. DC Derek with the $40 drop. Thank you, DC Derek. That was a huge bomb, man. Hey, listen, dude. The girls are good looking. You can do it, DC Derek. It can work for you, buddy. All right, DC Derek? Thank you very much for that, dude. DC Derek coming in and may take that championship tonight, man.
Here we go.
$40.
Here we go. About to
DC
get it,
Derek
man. Here we
blowing
go.
it up.
Here we go. Here we go. Oh, no.
I don't know what's funnier, Rye Botch on Adult Line or Tommy busting in and uh-oh.
Michael Canini, thank you for the $5. Yeah, I'm not really sure which one is better yet either. I know they're both fun. Both of them cracked me up. That's kind of all I care about. I enjoyed the fact that I was laughing. Thank you for that. And again, big thanks to DC Derek, Michael Canini, but DC Derek taking over the top largest one-time donation of the stream, which is $40. Anything notable happen with NXT?
Nothing that I've seen yet. And WWE's The Bump premiered this morning at 10 a.m. Eastern. It streams live on the WWE Network, WWE's YouTube, Twitter, and Facebook pages simultaneously. And it is hosted by, hey, Kayla Braxton. They're going to have weekly shows. It'll be featuring superstars, both in studio and video call-in guests. Today, Seth Rollins was there. Adam Cole called in. Charlotte Flair and Kathy Kelly also tuned in as well, and Taking Back Sunday went ahead and chimed in as well to give Rollins some support for Sunday's pay-per-view. So, yeah, Kayla Braxton will be basically hosting the show every Wednesday, and Matt Camp will also be kind of an analyst for the show.
Okay. I'll have to check that out later.
He contributes both at Bleacher Report and Sirius XM, I guess. I haven't heard much from him before. And then they have another guy named Evan T. Mack. He's going to go ahead.
It's like a social media show then, sort of thing, right?
Yeah, basically. So he's a former Buzz TV correspondent.
Ugh, all those stupid Buzz people from California.
And Mackenzie Mitchell, obviously.
Ugh.
She worked with Fox Sports and Fangirl Sports. So
they look for these Hollywood wannabes out in California on Maria Menounos' stupid Buzz show and the little bumblebee microphones, and every one of those little idiots that sits there in that studio gets to be in the WWE because Maria Menounos is friends with everybody. Just
and
fucking.
Last they have Dan Vollmeyer. He apparently has writing credits on Late Night with David Letterman and SNL. So that should say it all.
All right.
That speaks volumes.
Well,
we know what kind of SJW shit that's filled with, so no thanks.
So that's garbage. 734 is on the phone right now. Hello.
Hey, what's up? Holy fucking shit. How's it going, Joe, Jake?
What's up, baby?
It's like winning the lottery.
You know, only about 8% of the callers are going to make it through tonight, so it's kind of like hitting the lottery.
Man, like, who the fuck even gives a shit about Hell in the Cell?
Yeah, man, I just want next week to happen again.
I'm excited about Hell in a Cell just for the Fiend match. And my excitement for that is waning too by what we kind of discussed before. But I do want to see what's going to happen. So,
yeah, I only caught AEW tonight because I figured like NXT was just like going to be, puts on a solid show like every like week. So like, fucking like it. AEW kind of had that, I don't know, like WCW type feel to it, like, but in today's version, like if WCW was like,
yeah,
I don't know.
And Cody is over as shit, dude. Cody is the star, man. Cody's like the fucking Daniel Bryan of AEW or whatever.
Dude, I jacked off, and there was like so much fucking cum in the room when his intro music came on.
Jesus.
I think everybody was super excited. Man. So
yeah, so like I don't know. Like I'm glad Riho won against that fucking tranny, fucking Nyla fat.
Jesus.
Nyla piece of shit, Rose, whatever. Fuck her. Fuck him. It.
I think she's going to be a very big point of contention for a lot of people. But if they capitalize on it right, I think Rose can be something special as far as a heel goes. So if they continue with her kind of being able to brutalize men and women, they play it smart, do some intergender things, essentially. Intergender.
Like,
I don't know how you want to phrase that, but...
Right. I just give her so much shit because it's like, I can't really believe that, it's a she and not a he going against like a fucking... I don't know.
Well,
like
I got to be honest with you. I'm like super open-minded. Like I love trans. I don't have any problem with trans people. I really like them and everything. I respect all the stuff. Like I'm not really like I call them what they want and stuff like that. I have no problem. I have no issue. But here's the thing. I can't help either but look at her and be like, this ain't right. Like when I see her fighting the little girl, you know what I mean? Well, she's not a little girl, but the younger, the little skinny woman.
It looks smaller.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's like so.
But it's the same thing.
I think she knew
Jax
that though. But
and Awesome Kong
but Nyla Rose knew this. That's why they were probably in the back like, I have to be the heel. I'm guaranteeing she was like, I've got to be the heel because nobody's going to fucking... People are going to hate me no matter what. Let's just make me the heel. I think that's what... I think she knows that.
Yeah, it's good heat to put on that character for sure.
I agree with you, though. When I see her in there, it's like, whoa. Way. You can't help but say it. Now, here's the conundrum I would have. What if they never said this? What if they never told you she was a guy? And she was just like always a girl, booked as a woman, never told, you know what I mean? I think it would be a little different. I feel like people wouldn't give her as much crap because there's some...
she wouldn't get as much crap, but the size differential would still be an issue, I think.
Yeah, the size would still make her kind of the heel, but look at Awesome Kong. Like, Awesome Kong's huge. People love her, so...
Right, yeah.
I mean, she doesn't look like a forklift that was like raped by a chicken, but you know what I mean?
But Kong also didn't get, revered for quite some time. It took a lot for her to get that way. So
I remember when I first saw Kong, I was like, holy fucking shit, I hope she never fucking shoves me in her vagina or something. I'd fucking die like instantly.
I can tell
Kong's a fucking beast, dude. Like, holy fucking
that
shit.
Scenario is just it's very unlikely that scenario would happen, I mean, let's be honest.
Quite vexing.
A reverse birth is like a 1 in a million. It does happen, but I will say, Jesus Christ. All right, thanks for the call, man. Now let's go to one more before I go to the next thing. 732 is on the phone. What's up, 732?
Yo, what's up, Jeff?
What's up, man?
Yo, I thought tonight AEW was pretty good, actually.
I thought it was pretty good. Yeah, I give it like an 8 or something.
Yeah, like I mean, there's a couple things I could pick out. Like maybe the commercial breaks, they kind of took them at the wrong times. Like especially the first one with Jericho and the beatdown. But besides little things like that, technical errors, I think that the matches were all really solid, and I'm really looking forward to next week.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you that I thought AEW was pretty good, but I kind of and I'm really looking forward to next week. Good call, by the way. But I kind of disagree. I feel like the matches were like I think the matches were pretty good, but I had almost no problem with the commercial breaks. The commercial breaks felt chaotic to me in a good way. I don't know.
Yeah, see, I didn't care for some of the placement either, but
maybe I didn't notice it.
Yeah, well, because mine would come to a screeching halt at times too. Like it would, like I said before, it would just go to the TNT logo saying "We'll be back." So, that really was like, you hear everything going on just dead in one ear. So,
yeah, that does suck. If that.
Side note, I know we're not discussing main roster stuff so much, but this made me laugh. We brought it up the other day with, you can't catch a break. Mick Foley was pretty much giving a lot of crap, saying initially that, I think, the women should headline. Becky and Sasha should close / main event a Hell in a Cell pay-per-view. He said, I think they deserve it. They have the potential to create something really special on Sunday. Let me know what you think. And again, it was just that, pandering thing. Right now, we've championed for the women to be the main event when it called for it.
Yeah.
At WrestleMania, that was the top story. That deserved to be in the main event. Right now, Bray Wyatt is the top of everything WWE. His story is the most prevalent. He's getting, 5 million views in a day on YouTube. If you're going by the metrics between merch sales and interest and fan reaction, that's the number one story. So that should be the main event.
Mick Foley's gone retarded. Here's what I think.
Well, he went ahead and he recanted. He changed his mind now. I think he's
plugging
your messages and thinking about the momentum Bray has going into the match, I have to agree that, The Fiend versus Rollins main event makes the most sense.
Because that's how he really feels. He just made this up. He's about to go on tour for his book tour.
Do you think he really feels that way, or is he just
made it up?
Because he fence it so often. He's the new Boogie in my eyes.
No, he
tries to be on the side of the people.
Yeah, and then when it doesn't go right, he goes,
I really meant that. No, I meant what you guys wanted.
Mick Foley is really weird with his mind and wants to be loved, but also I really think it's his book tour. He's going on a book tour. He knows if he says that's going to be picked up by all the wrestling outlets. He's smart with that stuff. I really think it has something to do with his book tour, because this is the same guy who, when he wasn't in the WWE, was complaining about everything, about Daniel Bryan, and he was smashing a TV with a bat. And then once he came back to the WWE, he was the guy who told me that I need to relax and calm down and it's great and everything, and I don't know. So he's all over the map. He don't know what he's just whatever. He's out for himself at whatever point, which I love Mick Foley. God, I love you, Mick Foley. I'll fucking do anything for you.
Yeah, I certainly respect what he's done for the business.
And I'll plug his thing when he comes out here with his book. I can't wait. He's coming out here in November to Boston.
I just wish he stuck by his opinion,
Yeah,
I don't like that flip-flopping.
Boogie
Bray Wyatt has social media lockdown even. I was dying laughing by a simple, tweet. Bray went ahead and just said, I heart Finn Balor tonight when Finn returned to NXT, and that cracked me up like no other. I mean, it's Bray's got it, they're even selling a shirt that says "See you in hell." I was so surprised that WWE went ahead and actually did that. It's got a picture of Bray with his arms folded and smiling in his Mr. Rogers sweater, and it says "See you in hell" in this cartoonish font. It's great. And the fact that they're selling that shirt, that you can't understate that any more than the fact of he's it right now. He's certainly the face of the company.
Yeah, he is the hottest thing going.
Bray Wyatt. They even have the Fiend flashing in on Fox News and things like that right now, scaring people left and right. I love it.
That is pretty funny. On Fox News?
Yeah, they had it on Fox News. They had it on NFL on Sunday. They would cut to commercial, and then you just see the Fiend flash in, say, "Let me in," that stuff.
That's funny. Who is this?
AEW even advertised on WWE's programming multiple times. I think the Raw premiere had 6 AEW commercials, so...
That's pretty funny. 412's on the phone. Hello.
Hey, Joe, I have a really important question. Do you know, does Nyla still have a cock?
I don't think so.
Oh, that's certainly shocking. Have you ever seen any post-op pictures of trannies who've gotten their cocks removed?
No, I mean, like, have you?
Yes, I actually have. It's essentially like a gaping wound.
Oh.
I guess you could say that you're fucking.
Oh,
sounds like my kind of night.
You are fucked.
Gaping wound. Oof.
Oh.
Here I am, an SJW.
Who doesn't love a gaping wound, Joe? Well, then he had to throw gaping into there. That word. Say it with me. Gaping.
Rhymes with raping.
It's up there with moist.
That was so weird. I don't know. Like
Moist.
I was feeling so good about AEW and NXT, and that guy, what he just did to me, he started making me think of surgeries and stuff like that. Like why?
I want you to cut your dick off.
Like, I mean,
That's what he wants.
I feel really and not like about like just the idea of surgery and knives and cutting and stuff like that. Like that's really messing with my mind right now. Like it's actually like that's the problem. I don't want to
shut up and bend over.
Oh no.
Finish
Oh no.
it.
Ryback.
Oh my
What
God!
timing?
Don't finish it, please. Don't finish it. I'm gonna finish it. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Man, that was a weird call.
So overall I got to watch both shows. NXT had the better matches and overall presentation. Emo Battaglia had better pacing, a better finish and build up for future storylines. My scores tonight for NXT is 8 out of 10 and AU 75 out of 10, so goddamn happy.
Yeah, what a nice wow, man. That's crazy.
75 out of 10.
What
That's a hell of a score.
What the hell is a 75 out of 10? Yeah. The Soundwave 92. Thank you for that, Rybotch.
Just above a 69.
Where was Sean Spears? Yeah. Here he comes, Luis Antonio Alejandro.
ETube.
What the hell?
ETube.
I don't know why AEW comes out EJU.
EJU.
What is EJU? It clearly says AEW. AEW. And even AEW. Or AEW. EJube? The fuck? What is going on? Mr. Alejandro, thank you very much for the $10 for the perfect 10, Sean Spears.
Super Chat Party.
John Montgomery.
I am the guy that calls you every day, Tommy.
Oh, wow. Wow, John Montgomery is doubling down that he is the guy that calls Tommy. That is very concerning and quite honestly terrifying and really creepy also, to be honest. That is just very despicable. EJU. Just horrible. They're not Disney.
Sounds like a Pokemon saying, EJU.
Yeah, it does say it's some kind of Pokemon sound.
Here I am, an SJW.
SGW.
Come on, you like me? I like you. Get that f***ing mic out of my face, colonizer.
Don't be a colonizer. 785. Let's go to the phone call. 785. Hello.
785.
What's up?
Joe, how's it going today, buddy?
Hey, baby, what's up?
Hey, baby, what's up?
I'm just hanging out, man. I was just calling to let you know you ought to tell your fat friend maybe he should have had some cigarettes put out on his face so it would have ruined his appetite.
Hey, they should have told your mama that she should have... Why am I echoing, you retard? You don't know how to use a phone? Why the fuck am I echoing, you retard?
Oh, you're making fun of it?
You stupid fucking idiot asshole fuckhead. God damn it with your phone sucking. You want to call and make fun of my friend?
You understood what he said? I don't speak Down syndrome.
I wish your mother gave birth to you while she was on crack and threw you over a bridge. You
Hold on,
stupid
I gotta finish
idiot.
my Big Mac.
I wish your mother threw you over a bridge and instead of hitting the water, you just hit a pile of rocks. You mongoloid-faced asshat. All right? I hope you have kids someday and then they end up seeing themselves in the mirror and then they run away and you never see them again, and then you cry yourself to sleep at night, and then you decide to suffocate yourself with a pillow. You idiot asshat moron with a stupid echo on your phone, with your Obama phone, you meathead mongoloid jack off. You stupid son of a bitch. I hope your grandmother gets cancer in front of you. I hope your dad watches you jack off and you get caught in the bathroom, and then he sees that your pecker is a lot smaller than his, and he realizes why your wife is a big tub of lard and why your mom was a lot prettier than your wife is, because you're a tub of lard and your dad was in shape, all because he trained you to be an asshole. That's why you're just a fucking filthy piece of shit living off the government, going down to the corner store with your goddamn EBT card or your welfare stamps or whatever the hell you got, and you drink a goddamn... I hope you save milk in the basement because you only get paid once every blue fucking moon for doing a blowjob with a guy in the back of a car. So you save the milk as long as you can, but it expires, and then you don't realize it's expired, and one day you get so hungry you start eating that little donut that you found in the back of a dumpster from Dunkin' Donuts, and you come in your house and eat the donut, and you're so thirsty for milk that you can't help it, but you go downstairs and you see that the milk is expired, but you don't care, so you drink the milk. You're like, oh man, I don't care. I want some milk today. I'm a poor piece of shit son of a bitch with a phone that sucks, but I really need some milk today, so screw the date on the milk. It went expired about a week ago, but I'm a mongoloid retard who can't read it anyway, so I'm going to drink it. Oh, and so you take a big swig of that milk.
You're chewing it at that point. So
and you're fighting through the taste. Just like you did when your parents were poor and you lived out of a car. But the problem is the milk is now expiring and the bacteria is building up. And you know what? The bacteria causes an infection in your chest. And then you go to the hospital and the bills pile up and the bills pile up. And you eventually die like 3 months later. Gangrene in your stomach. The bacterial infection murders you. And the rest of your family has to pay for your bills for the rest of their lives. And they die off because they got nothing to pay for. All because you're a fat slum idiot moron who doesn't know how to read a date on a milk carton because you couldn't get a job, and you're a moron, and your kids suffer, you suffer, your dog suffers, your cat suffers, your parakeet suffers, your friends suffer because they have to smell the stench from your apartment building, and they condemn the building, they tear it down, your kids have nowhere to live, they live outside with your mom, and then your mom, your kids, your family, they all die in the cold, and everybody hates you. Kill yourself, never call my show again, you son of a bitch. Alex Whitehouse, thank you very much for subbing to the channel, man. West Side Alex Whitehouse. I don't know why I said that, but what's up, man? Give Alex some love in the chat. Jake DeMarco, do you have any... I don't know why I did that at all. It was so weird. Like, West Side, look what the fuck am I doing? I don't even listen around.
I'm in the mood for cottage cheese now. I don't know why.
No, you don't want to do it. You'll get sick.
Big ROR on Twitter reminded me. We talked about it the other day, but it is unfortunate that anyone in Canada can't watch NXT live because it's not offered up there. So as far as Canada, AEW has a huge advantage, and he's absolutely right. I mean, we did say this on the Raw review, but my God, you know, that might affect the ratings as well. So
yeah, that's true.
I mean, it'll be international, but still.
But doesn't NXT have similar problems, right? Like, because they have trouble with who sees them, like UK. I mean, I'm mainly thinking of UK and Canada, never mind like Australia and places like that.
Yeah, absolutely. But I know it's changed so many times, you know, so that who's been able to carry them elsewhere outside of the United States for things that aren't on the network. So I'm curious how it's going to be when they transition to Fox. What happens with that?
I mean, I'm a little bit, I'm kind of excited for Friday, and I want everybody to remember that.
I'm very excited for Friday, honestly. The Rock's going to be there. Yeah. We still have this like possibility of CM Punk just showing up. I mean, I doubt it. I'm like 99% sure it's not going to happen. He said in that, you know, interview that he did earlier when he was, you know, he with Collider, he said, you know, I'm very much in a position where come talk to me. I'm open to anything. If they come to me with, hey, we want you to wrestle, I'll say I'm not interested. He doesn't want to wrestle, but he's absolutely willing to do some type of, you know, commentary, interview, and who knows? He might end up doing more and get the bug again and want to wrestle. Anything's possible, but he absolutely confirmed that he is talking WWE, and he talked to Fox Sports 1. So
he'd be good as a color guy on any commentary team. No doubt about that.
So I'm curious what the new Fox stage looks like. I'm curious if Kofi Kingston is going to somehow manage to hold on to his title against Brock Lesnar, though I think that's already set in stone. Does the Fiend show up? Who are there other surprises? I mean, we got Stone Cold and all the legends showing up again. It's a packed show. We have the blue carpet beforehand. I mean, there's a lot to be excited for Friday.
Yeah, this is really quite a launching pad into that. I think if anything, this hyped up that show too.
And more exciting than that is out of nowhere tomorrow. Jam-packed. We got Connor in the house, you, myself. We're gonna, go deep into Hell in a Cell rumors. What's coming up for AEW in the future plans, talks with Chris Jericho, and kind of some of the storylines that we're expecting with AEW. A lot of news to go over. A lot of big things. What The Rock is going to do on Friday. So
I'm going to have a much clearer mind of what happened tonight when I rewatch everything. So yeah, tomorrow night's out of nowhere. Be right here tomorrow night at 11 p.m. Eastern time.
Must watch.
Maybe a little bit earlier if we want, but I think Connor's better off later, so we'll stick to the time of 11, I believe. Super chat. Party. Coming in from Steve Callan.
810, what an awesome night.
8 out of 10 from Steve Callan. What an awesome night. I'm assuming he means for everything, or I don't know. I'm sure either AEW or for everything. I'm
taking that as everything.
Yeah, I feel like it was an 8 out of 10 night for everything myself. But that, again, I only saw about 60% of NXT. So I got to go back and rewatch that and AEW. But mostly I have to watch NXT to hear it better and feel it, and then I'll be able to do my little podcast tomorrow to recap of it, my final thoughts about it.
Yeah, I definitely feel like you absorbed AEW more.
Yeah, I was just way too over on it. It was too over on me. I was like, I'm all in on AEW right now.
Made you lactate. You got so damn excited.
Yeah, man, I got milk coming on my titties. Like, it's really weird. That's new. Oh shit, Jet with a Twitch.
Do you think they had matches before and after the TV matches?
Well, yeah, we just read them to you a few minutes ago. Jake did, but yeah, I'd heard about them all night. That there was an opening thing, and then we started to get the news of the dark matches right as we went live, almost.
Yeah, so, 3 matches. After the TV show ended. That's pretty badass for the live crowd.
What else we got?
Yeah.
A little bit of the bubbly.
That's it. Oh, bubbly.
Bubbly. Look at this stuff. A little bit of the bubbly.
That's it.
Sup guys, loved AU tonight, love the intro to it, felt different from WWE bullshit. I can't wait for next week. I would watch NXT, but I'm not that into NXT anymore. I'm only watching AU, and by the way Joe, I'm trying to masturbate, please play that crystal clip.
You got it, Broken Lion. Wait, there it is. Wait. No. Where is it? I played it earlier. What the hell happened to it?
Here we go, about to get it, man. Here we go, about to get it, man.
Oh, here it is.
Here we go. Here we go.
Funniest part of the bump was Seth saying, Matt Riddle 60 missed both shows. I know WWE. Replays are on Hulu. Where can we find AEW replays?
Justin Monday, I don't know where the replays for AEW could be. I don't think they're going to be on the BR Live app, but they might be on the BR Live app. I have YouTube TV, so I'm going to go back and watch it on YouTube TV as well as NXT on USA. But I don't know where everybody else.
I know it's on demand as well. But
it's on demand, yeah, on your
somebody
local
said
cable.
AEW Dynamite official free replay on Fight.
Okay, so maybe
there's a Fight in Focus. It says AEW Dynamite official free replay.
If you're outside the U.S., I know that AEW does. I think goes to Fight, right? MC Jimu, thanks for subbing.
And they're also going to replay it on TNT over the weekend. So,
Big Matt says, "Be careful, Corona beer 2%." I thought it was 5%. Is this not 2%? Or are you like making fun of it or something? I just drink it because it doesn't give me heartburn. Isaac Miller, thanks for subbing to the channel, man. Isaac, have a beer for Isaac, everybody. Have a real beer if you want, man. I got YouTube TV, but I got it like half price because I've been a YouTuber since 2007. And then because I'm at 50,000 subs at the time, they gave me a deal to advertise it or whatever. Johnny Walker, what up, man? Thanks for subbing to the channel. It might be a different Johnny Walker than the one that I used to know.
That's what I did with YouTube, right?
What do you guys think in the chat? Give me your ratings in the chat.
I meant AEW.
Steve Callan meant AEW. By the way, we're caught up on donations. Thank you guys for all those donations, man. We're just catching up now. That's incredible. What a fun night. Tomorrow night's Out of Nowhere live right here on the Joe Cronin Show, a live wrestling podcast. We'll take your calls tomorrow night. It's going to be crazy. We're still live now, though. 936. Hello.
What's up, Joe? It's your boy, Little Dick, a.k.a. Big Dick, a.k.a. Little One Dick.
Oh, my God. Little Big Dick, Little One Dick, Big Dick, ow.
Hey, I want to try to be quick. I think AEW was a 7 out of 10, and NXT was a 5 out of 10. I had Hulu streaming on my phone and my TV, and I had AEW actually on my phone, but I actually saw myself watching AEW more than I did NXT, which was a surprise because I felt like I wasn't going to be into AEW as much, because when I watched the pay-per-views, I knew the main stars, like Chris Jericho, Cody Rhodes, John Moxley, but everybody else, they weren't really like, how do I say it? Like, they weren't like catching my attention.
A lot of people would say like, they look like a bunch of jobbers I didn't know, people.
Yeah.
But I just thought it didn't matter because the matches were pretty good.
Yeah, I found myself watching it more. It's just still the commentary to me is I know everybody keeps mentioning, but it's true. Like, for example, I know not everybody likes the Mauro Ranallo style. Like, you go for like a clothesline, and Mauro's like, clothesline. He does like someone goes for a fucking rest hold, and he goes all fucking crazy. I like it, but
I like Mauro.
You don't always have to be.
I think the NXT team is still the best. Yeah.
Yeah, because like AEW, for example, like your first, you start off the show and your first match is Cody and Sammy, and like that match was like the commentary was like, oh, and Cody Rhodes with a drop kick and Sammy Guevara going from the top rope. Oh, 1, 2, kick out. Like, it took them a while to get their footing, but then like the end match with the tag team, they were doing pretty good, but I think they still needed a little bit of time. But I don't know, like, I don't really like Excalibur, and Jim Ross, he's not what he used to be, and him not being with King, it's not the same.
Yeah, I mean, it's not the same, but I think that tonight, I just felt better tonight. I felt like they stepped it up a little bit from their, I didn't, it didn't bother me tonight like it bothered you, I guess. I thought they were a 6, they had been a 6 out of 10.
Do a little basketball.
I thought tonight they were an
concrete.
8 or a 7.5.
I mean, I'm just so sick of you little meth head devil worshippers.
Haskell 420.
I'll be honest, I'd like to take a big bite out of your face.
Sup, Haskell?
AEW Dynamite replays on Saturday morning again later that night, also replayed on True TV IF.
Oh, right. Yeah,
you have it on your DVR like on Fios. Go to it, scroll down to TV listings. All replays are shown.
Haskell, man, thank you, Haskell, for the $10 super chat. And you know what? I watched a pre-show tonight on the True TV. So I don't know if people knew this, but there was a pre-show on the True TV channel, and I actually watched it because I was searching AEW on my YouTube TV app, and I saw it, and I was like, what's this? So I watched it while I was waiting. So that was pretty cool. Haskell 420, thank you for that info, bro. And good shit on the $10. Give him some love in the chat. What did you guys think of the show tonight out of 10 as far as AEW or NXT? Who won? Leave it in the chat right now. Everybody's going to be pumping it up down there. Let's hear it. Let's take another call. Phone calls are still blowing up right now. 217, what's up?
Hey, Joe, it's your boy Chili Cheese Jay.
Oh, shit, Chili Cheese, what's been up, bro?
Oh, not much. I've actually had a wild week of events that just took place.
Oh, no, that doesn't sound good.
No, it's very good.
Oh, okay.
Because Tony Khan announced at, I think it was Tuesday, that AEW Dynamite is coming to Champaign, Illinois, which is his hometown, Tony Khan's.
Yeah.
Which is where I'm from.
Hell yeah. That's going to be a good show.
And I work at a radio station at it's called WPCD. We're a college radio station. I actually just got media credentials.
Ooh.
And MJF, Cody, Brandy, and Tony are going to be in Champaign tomorrow. and I get 5 minutes with each to interview them.
Oh, brother, I got to try to get media credentials over here in Boston. How do I do that? I'm going to have to blow them.
See, this happened so quickly. I'm like trying to, scuffle questions together.
Yeah.
Is there anything you want me to ask MJF, Cody, Brandy, or Tony Khan tomorrow?
I'll think of something. I'll have to message you maybe, but oh wait, they're gonna call in tomorrow?
No, I'm like going to the State Farm Center in Champaign, and I get 5 minutes face to face with each of them.
So they're flying out there to do promotional stuff and then coming to Boston after that. That's wild.
Yeah. And this all came together really quickly. I got the email at like 6 p.m. tonight saying I have a media credential.
Wow.
And I get 5 minutes with Cody, MJF, Brandy, and
the question
Tony.
The question is, why haven't you hired Joe Cronin? That's the question. No, I'm just kidding.
Of course.
But seriously, like, I don't know. I'd have to think about it. You could ask him anything, but I'd probably, the obvious question would be like, how much of the show last night on TNT went off the way you planned? Was there anything that, last minute didn't work out, or you guys had to shuffle around? Maybe the injury to who was the guy who we thought maybe got injured, but whatever.
Color.
Yeah. I'd ask him about the top rope. The ropes at times look shaky. Those are the questions I would ask. There's a bunch of different questions. What was the best thing about the show last night? What was the worst thing about the show last night if there was something bad? Those are the type of questions I would ask.
Yeah, I'm just like scrambling because this came together so quickly. I'm just like, oh my God, I'm getting face-to-face time with fucking Cody Rhodes tomorrow. So what the hell am I going to do?
That's great.
So,
that's really cool, man. That's going to be fun.
Yeah, it's really cool. And, we're a college radio station and shit. So it's cool that we get that, exposure and whatnot. But
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, at the same time, I thought tonight's show was fucking amazing. It came off so good on TV. I didn't watch NXT yet, but AEW fucking just rocked it as a TV product tonight, I thought.
Yeah, I thought that I loved it. I mean, I really did, dude. I'm telling you, my thing was I couldn't even be fair to give NXT and AEW a fair review together because I just couldn't take my eyes off of what AEW was doing. Even if people say it ends up being the wrestling was better on NXT, I couldn't take my eyes off of what AEW was doing. I didn't want to miss a second of it.
Absolutely. And I thought Tony Schiavone, goddamn, how the fuck has he been out of the business for 17 years? How has no company fucking brought him back in? Because he did not miss a beat after all this time.
Who? Who are we talking about?
Tony
Schiavone.
Oh, Tony Schiavone. Yeah, man, he came back and he didn't look the best, not even before. But yeah, he comes in, he's sharp as attack or whatever. He was great.
Hasn't missed a beat.
Well, the biggest thing is how he slid in and he was able to support JR but take the reins when he needed to. And yeah, man, I don't know. They all of a sudden gelled. It went from, 4 shows where we were like each time saying the commentary was kind of iffy. And then tonight, all of a sudden, to come out here and be like, boom, okay. Like, whoa, okay. Things are much better.
You could tell Tony gave JR a shot in the arm, too. You could tell his comfort level went from fucking 4 to 10.
Well, we're going to find out about a new speed drug that Tony Schiavone is on that he gave Jim Ross, and it'll be the new... it'll be the new...
like, even JR's dialect was better tonight. He, was, enunciating better and everything. And,
yeah. Well, part of that, maybe the idea that he's live on television, maybe JR felt, I don't know. Maybe
that could be it.
He could have heard the criticisms too of what happened before, and people might have said, "JR, people are saying this," and he might have been like, "Well, fuck, screw that. It ain't gonna happen this time."
All right, man. Good show tonight.
Yeah.
This was a fucking electric night for wrestling. Absolutely loved it. I'm fucking half nervous, half excited about this thing I've been thrown into tomorrow.
Yeah, man, dude, that's great,
have
dude.
fun.
Make sure you just ask your questions. Be like, I'm asking this question like a boss, really quickly to get it out there, and don't miss out on something you wanted to ask them. So, fuck now, man.
The thing that I'm doing is I've got a whole my compilation of questions for MJF is just for him to roast the fuck out of me, which I'm excited about.
Yeah. MJ, that's gonna be great. That'll be great.
So, all right, man. Have a good night, guys.
What do you think about Joe Cronin saying he's much better than you at wrestling? Just go ahead, throw it out there. No, man. Thank you for the call. Hey, he'll be he'll flip out. It'll be great. Seriously, that's what you got to do. Come on, man. You gotta do it. You gotta bring me up and be a douchebag. Just be a douchebag. Come on. You know you can do it. Shit, what was I going to say? There was something I was going to say.
Side note that I haven't mentioned
I know what I was
tonight,
going to say. Hang on a minute. Let me get this out because I keep forgetting.
Yeah, don't forget.
I want to tell you this. Tonight's review, tonight, we've seen 30,000 people come in here.
Holy hell.
I want to explain that when I do a Monday Night Raw review or a SmackDown review, the numbers usually don't go over 7,000 to 8,000 playbacks on a live review. And I mean, they used to back in the day. Used to do 90,000, but like 7 years ago, we did 90,000 to 100,000 a night. But now we do about 8,000 to 6,000 a night because wrestling's so dead. This show tonight, 20,000 playbacks on this review tonight. Last week for NXT and the week before when it debuted, we did under 6,000 on those nights as well. Now, I'm not trying to say anything crazy, but what the hell is the difference going to be in the ratings tomorrow compared to NXT? Because I'm
dying to find out.
I think you nailed it. I thought NXT was going to do 800,000. They did 1.2 million. Yeah. I thought AEW might do 600,000, 500,000. Will that be the number? Or are we severely understating what it's going to be? Are we overestimating? Is it still going to be 300 or 400,000 people watched?
I think it's going to be 1.1.
1.1 million?
Yeah.
Dude, I'll tell you what. If AEW draws over 1 million, that's kind of amazing.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. I think they're going to have 1.1, and I think we're going to see a little bit less because there was a drop. There was like a 15% drop week 2 for NXT, and then they were building towards this week. So I think we're going to see a little less in the first, but I think it'll be like a 1.15 for NXT.
It's like I feel like that's true because so many more people are coming to the review tonight. So many more people are like everywhere tweeting and trending and all kinds of things. So will social media matter? That's what we're going to find out because based on social media, you would think that AEW tonight is going to draw a 1.5 million viewership tonight. But if that doesn't happen and they draw 600,000, then social media is either meaningless or it's the demographic is completely different because there is clearly more social media buzz and interest on AEW. But yet I still see a lot of people who watch NXT tonight who said, "Oh, I didn't watch AEW." So And NXT only had about 1 million viewers, but 30% of the NXT audience didn't even watch AEW. So what does that mean?
Exactly.
So that means there has to be viewers coming into AEW from outside of the current WWE universe, which is curious to me. This is going to be very interesting. Are the ratings going to come out tomorrow, you think, by the afternoon?
Yeah, they'll be out before Out of Nowhere.
I may not sleep tonight.
People say, "Oh, the ratings aren't a metric." Yeah, they are. Absolutely.
No, they are. I'm very interested in this. This fascinates me. I'm fascinated by what the ratings are going to be tomorrow. Very much so.
I can't wait to find out.
I can tell you my ratings are up. We're up 50% on the NXT shows, 60% on the NXT shows. Right now, we're up 60% on the NXT shows, and we are up viewership 25% from an Out of Nowhere show. So
yeah,
everything on my thing, the needle is bending over. So what will happen with this? I mean, this is more than
bend
a
it
Raw
over.
review.
We'll slide it in.
Yeah, we'll bend it over and wax it.
I just truly hope what I was going to say before is that Tony Khan. I don't want to see them continually make slights at other companies. They went ahead and NXT is not. We have the real talent at AEW. That's where the real talent is, not NXT. Don't be underhanded in that way.
Did they do that?
You can talk up your competitor while still building yourselves up. You don't have to advertise for them. You don't even have to mention them by name. Just but they keep pulling these type of, I don't want to say stunts, but PR maneuvers to really try and hammer the point home that they're the better product. That's fine, but don't be disparaging. It makes you seem narcissistic and cocky, and then you're just going to cause more of a divide between fans, I think.
Did they do that on the show tonight?
Not tonight, but leading into it, Tony Khan had an interview specifically. I got to pull it up. I had it in my talking points for Out of Nowhere, but he went ahead and was basically, tackling a NXT, saying that they're not the real talent, they don't have the real stars, and
wow, that's they're getting a pushback from that. Let me plug this one more time, guys. I want to go to our friends. You guys love wrestling. Everybody in the chat, you all love wrestling. And you all know when you hear about last week's match at Battle Creek this or Battle Fight that or CCW or, whatever it is. Battle Club Pro Wrestling. So many different companies, man. Queens of the Ring, Carnage Cup is there, Wrestle Pro, New England All-Star Wrestling, tons of wrestling companies that you've heard of. You hear about the matches and you wish you could watch them or see the whole thing or see it in HD or whatever. And you love watching wrestling. You all in the chat, you love watching wrestling so much, you sexually pleasure yourself. I know you do. Come on. I know you do. You love wrestling that much. So why the hell wouldn't you want to watch all of those matches? And you can do it for just $5 a month right now because TitleMatchWrestlingNetwork.com. You guys may have seen Title Match Wrestling, over 100,000 subscribers on YouTube. All the wrestling companies around the United States and the world are uploading their videos on Title Match Wrestling because they're so big now that Title Match has launched its own network over a year ago, Title Match Wrestling Network. And I use it. I've used it for over a year, and I've been friends with the guy, and only recently were able to put this package together for you guys. This is a service I use. This isn't something I'm promoting because I want to make money or something like that. I'm promoting it because I like these guys, and I want to make money. But I also like these guys. And I watch TitleMatchWrestlingNetwork.com. Use coupon code Cronin tonight. Tonight. Go check it out tonight. We're all in a fever. None of us want to go to bed. We want more wrestling. More wrestling. Tessa Blanchard. Look at all this stuff, dude. Like, you guys have heard about this. Ladies' Night. Thunder Rosa. Alex Garcia. So much stuff, unfinished business. This is a badass pay-per-view as well. So many people are interested in this. Nameless, like there's a live studio show with Title Match Wrestling and so much else. There's also a full intergender pay-per-view that just came out. The Enzo Amore shoot interview, the things you missed on YouTube, the entire shoot interview, Dean Malenko, so much stuff going on Title Match Wrestling. 50% off for 3 months. Plus 2 weeks free anyway. The classic RF video, shoot videos. RF video is on there as well. Plus all of these local wrestling companies and indie wrestling promotions. They're all there. There's so many companies. Here's a look at some of those companies right now. You want to see them? You're going to like them. You know these guys. I'm friends with these guys. I'm going to be doing commentary for some of these companies, and it's going to be on iPay-per-view here on TitleMatchWrestlingNetwork.com. We're talking about Title Match, Pro Wrestling Syndicate, AML Wrestling, Fest Wrestling, Backbreaker, Southern States Wrestling, RF Video, Battle Club Pro, New Taiwan Entertainment Wrestling, Classy Broads Wrestling, Bombshell Ladies, Wrestle Pro, our buddies at Wrestle Pro, Chaotic Wrestling from Massachusetts, where I went and got trained in wrestling, where the Viking Raiders come from, you know what I mean? Those guys, Tommaso Ciampa, Sasha Banks, so many guys, Anthony Green, Triple H, the great Killer Kowalski School, all came from Chaotic. JT Dunn, so many people. Chaotic Wrestling is huge. They're on there. IWA Deep South, WCWC, 3PW, Pro Wrestling Network, and you guys recognize a lot of these ones too. There's just so many. I could just keep going and going. CZW, all of their pay-per-views are iPay-per-views. You get them all. You get everything. Their entire collection and live events and their current ones. 50% off 3 months right now, tonight. Continue binge watching wrestling when you're done listening to me. Use coupon code Cronin. Go on Twitter and tell them you signed up and I sent you, and that will help me out, and you'll get a bunch of cool wrestling shit. And while you're doing that, let's go to another call. 574 is live on the Joe Cronin Show. Hello.
Hey, Joe, how about you and that fat bastard?
Oh, my God. All right, so it's the same thing over again, motherfucker. You stupid idiot. Go milk your mother's titties and then wake up and realize that your parents raised a retard. Super chat.
Tony Khan.
Tony Jim was like 98 woot changing the channel.
Tony Jim was like 98 without changing the channel. Yeah, it was weird. Woken PETA. Isn't that weird that like the two guys from opposite sides of the Monday Night Wars are calling? Yeah, what the frig?
It was nice and refreshing to hear good commentary, not the robotic big dog bullshit all in on AEW 910.
Absolutely. Glorious NYC. Thank you, Glorious, for becoming a $5 shit bum. Much appreciated. Jake, you were going to say.
Yeah, Tony Khan, I found the quote. He said the AEW roster has much bigger stars and better wrestlers, frankly, than the NXT roster.
Yeah, fuck them. I'd say that too. I'd say it too. Fuck it.
I don't know. I just feel like you don't need the underhandedness. Just focus on your own shit. Because he makes good points following that, but already, your argument is null and void because he goes on to say, we're in major arenas, they're in a smaller building. It's good competition for us. It attracts more fans. The idea of Wednesday Night Wars, but you're only focusing on NXT. WWE is traveling. Raw and SmackDown are in big arenas too. So you're only mentioning NXT, and that's I understand that's what you're going head to head against with, but you're eliminating 2/3 of the company, and saying, "Oh, we're the better wrestlers." Well. I don't know. I just shit like that.
Yeah, well, I agree.
Especially with their track record so far with things they've done.
It's debatable tonight, and we'll see what happens when a lot of
the wrestling tonight goes to NXT. So
yeah, a lot of people.
What about that, Tony?
A lot of people think the straight up wrestling went to NXT tonight. That's just how the people are feeling. I'm seeing it in the chat. I'd love to hear from you guys about what you think about which way it went. But yeah, I do see a lot of people are saying that they think NXT took it with the wrestling, but AEW took it with the excitement and kind of the anything can happen feel. And that was the thing about AEW. Anything can happen. And that was what I was worried about. We literally thought that's exactly what was going to happen, and that both of them could use a little injection of each other's juice. And yeah, it's kind of two different shows, really, completely different shows. But
yeah,
really, when you think about it, it is so different.
Miles apart.
So that being said, I'm going to go ahead and I just give the whole night an 8 out of 10. I thought everything was an 8 out of 10 from everybody. Right now, I'm going to rewatch and I'm going to take a look at it close up, and I'm going to try to sort of decipher this. I may have a different opinion tomorrow when you guys listen to my podcast. I will have the podcast up as quickly as possible for patrons, and it will be up on YouTube as well. If you're not a patron of mine, please think about becoming a patron. Patreon.com/Joe Cronin Show. I have 30 hours of content on Patreon that you cannot hear on YouTube. I do about 50 hours a week of content on YouTube, my other YouTube channel, Corrupted Nation, and on Patreon with shows with my wife, the Corrupted Podcast, which is comedy and entertainment, not wrestling, my Morning Madness podcast, and there's going to be a new wrestling one coming to Patreon as well. There's going to be so much shit. You guys can hear the Rybotch sex line call. That's up on Patreon right now. You can download it, listen to it, whatever.
He calls he wants to get the honeys to fuck.
So that's a lot of fun. Tommy NC admitting that busting in Crystal and so many other things. It's all on Patreon, and I thank all the patrons. Over 395 of you guys were patrons last month, and that was crazy. I want to say thank you to Anthony G for being a patron. He signed up again on Patreon today. Anthony G, thank you, man, for being so dedicated, for being part of the family. My family on Patreon. Infinity for becoming a $10 VIP patron. Make sure you get your Discord VIP badge and all that stuff. Hit me up, harass me, and message me on Patreon. I'll talk back to you. We'll figure it out. We'll connect on there. And shout out to Matt Steffi, the main event. He dropped $1. Jono for life, $1 as well. And shout out to Maxie Big Boy, who became a $25 a month producer patron. You're going to get all that shit, the one-on-one Skype if you want it, whatever you want. Let me know. You have access to all kinds of shit. That's insane. We'll get your name listed in the description box down below as a producer of the show for a month. So thank you, or as long as you are a producer level. Thank you for that. Let's try another phone call now. This is Third Strike. You're out. Let's see if we get him. 681 is on the phone. Hello.
Joe, how fat's your vagina, you fucking faggot?
Ugh. Who's this?
Your mother, Joseph.
It's your mother. It's your madre. Tiene sus papeles. DMOON. Yeah. tu madre es gorda. I don't know, man. What the fuck? I mean, like a funny prank would be awesome. I would take a funny prank. You know what I mean? Like
It's the
Joe,
same recycled garbage.
like, you know what'd be funny is if someone called and they were like, Joe, your dad died when you were 8, right? And I'd be like, yeah, he did. Well, I just want to say, man, I really connect with you because, like, I lost a parent when I was younger, too. And I just want to say, you know what I mean? Like, I've always connected with you because of that. And then I'm like, oh, yeah, man, that's cool, man. No problem, man. Yeah, it sucks, but, you know, we move on and shit. And then the guy was like, but, you know, Joe, actually, I was just kidding about that, and I'm going to dig up your dad, and I'm going to fuck his face with my dick. You know, that would be funny. Like, I'm game for that. But
Damn,
that's
bro,
just...
that is fucked up.
Yo, what's up, man? This is 908. How are you?
Good. How are you, dude?
I'm doing okay, man. I'm disappointed by the troll calls. They're not working, but... You know, hey, it happens.
Yeah, dude.
Not everybody can be as smart as me.
I know that feeling.
Haha, it's not funny. It's true. What do you got?
Deadass, dude, I've been watching WWE since probably 2004 or 5, and I gave up watching it in about 2007.
Millennial.
And I started picking up again once Lesnar came back at WrestleMania 31. And it's like, it's just so stale anymore. In AEW, it seems like something that's just so new and refreshing. Like you said earlier, you can't take your eyes off it.
It kind of reminds me right now of, like, this is on a smaller scale. I want you to realize that it's on a smaller scale because you got to remember. But this reminds me of when I was kind of your age in a way, like, because I started watching WWE in 1987 and I was like 4 years old. But you know, when WCW and the NWO happened with Hulk Hogan, I started watching WCW because of that. And I was like, WWE was kind of getting lame. And the weird thing about that is, you know, eventually they would have like, you know, 7 million viewers. So, you know, right now we're talking about maybe 500,000 to 1.5 million. So we're on a much smaller scale, but this really does feel like that time. And all these people that I went to school with who were like, wrestling's dumb. I don't watch WWF. Oh, that's stupid.
Yep.
All of a sudden, they were like, dude, WCW, fucking Wolf, fucking NWO for life and shit. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, I've been watching wrestling my whole life. Where have you guys been? What the hell? So, yeah, dude, it has that vibe of, like, some people might get into this who didn't watch before. Look at Tommy.
Yeah, dude, it's nice to see.
Yeah, man, I definitely get that vibe. I think you're right. And it's nice to have a call with a human being who has a brain. That's pretty cool. But shout out to everybody.
Yeah, that was for a while. You know, we had some great calls, but then that became a rarity.
Yeah, I mean, I see some people in the chat asking, what's up to Tiffany in the chat, man? Give Tiffany some love in the chat, everybody. Please, give Tiffany some love, baby. Tiffany, what's up, baby? Valdo Rodriguez. Uvaldo Rodriguez. What up, Uvaldo Rodriguez? Thanks for subbing to the channel. I appreciate that. I'm 35 years old. I'm going to be 36 years old a little while. I trained for wrestling in 2004 for a couple years. I was trained by several different people. For a little while, I was trained by Chris Hansen, who's he's one of the War Raiders or whatever. It was only like a week or two. But then, you know, for a couple weeks. But then I was trained by Spike Dudley and some other people. Then I did refereeing. I was a wrestler. I left because I got drunk because of something. My girlfriend, I left for 2 years. And anyway, I've always done commentary and stuff like that. So I've always been in wrestling. I've been doing wrestling commentary for off and on for 6-7 years. And, yep, that's the story as quickly as possible that I could tell it to the people that were asking. Do we have donations or do we hit them all? I think we hit them all. Uvaldo Rodriguez was the last guy. Any final statements, Jake? It's pretty late. We've been on a while here.
No, that's it. We covered it all quite well.
But yeah, we're gonna get off much earlier than out of nowhere normally on this night.
Not too much about that though. We usually end about 1.
God, last week, dude, it was 1:44.
Yeah, last week we went really long, but
last week we were dumb. Yeah, we will. Tomorrow night is Out of Nowhere right here on the Joe Cronin Show. Please subscribe to my other channel, Corrupted Nation, if you want non-wrestling talk, comedy, and you don't mind offensive craziness. But if you get offended, you probably won't like that channel. Which is cool. Hit me up on Twitter if you need to say something to me at CorruptedPod for business stuff. Joe Cronin Show at yahoo.com. Joe Cronin Show at yahoo.com. And I'm going to go rewatch everything and have a good time, man. I had such a blast tonight. I can't even tell you, man. I love this shit. I'm pumped up, man. What do you guys think in the chat? Any other things in the chat? Let me hit the chat up because I haven't really acknowledged the chat too much tonight because we had so many phone calls and so many donations coming in. Let's check out the chat for a second. Let's see. Lance Storm is a great teacher. Yeah, he is. Lance Storm is awesome. I really like Lance Storm. He's a good guy. A lot of these guys are. I'm very happy for the guys at AEW, Cody Rhodes, everybody that put something into this, the behind-the-scenes people. It's weird to see, Malenko and Arn Anderson over in AEW, like all of a sudden went from years with WWE to just boom. They were in another company doing their agent work and stuff like that in the back. Old Man Davey give me some love in the chat. What's up? Larry Funk. I don't know. Larry Funk called Monetize this a couple weeks ago. We had Larry Funk on. It was great to hear from him. Look at my DM. Everyday Jam. What's up, dude? He dropped a lot of donations a couple weeks or a week back or something. So shout out to Everyday Jam. John Montgomery's a beast. AEW Jet718 gave it a 9 out of 10. That one guy said, I'm interested in Morrow versus JR. That would be nice. Did you catch JR say Pack the man gravity forgot? Yeah. I mean, are they still going to say that about him? That might be something they still say. Jack Swagger, we didn't talk a lot about Jake Hager. Is that what his name is?
Hager, yeah.
Hager. I always say it wrong. I can never get it right. NXT 8 out of 10, AEW 7 out of 10 from Tony. It seems a lot of people are giving NXT a 1 point higher. Let's try one more phone call, too. There's still a lot of calls coming in. 678, hello.
Fuck you, dude.
Oh, my God. So it's that guy again. So, all right. Well, that's done for the calls, man. Fuck you, dude. I'm just going to say the same fucking retard thing over and over because I was raised by a fucking mongoloid mother. I mean, dude, like, it's not even like stuff is funny. I enjoy funny stuff. But the guy is just dumb. Like, it's just stupid. Come up with something better. I came up with something better. Is this Rostafa?
Fuck yeah, dude. What's up, bro?
Oh, my God, dude. Rostafa's on the phone. An OG of the Joe Cronin Show. Rostafa from 2014. Oh, man.
Speaking of which, so, Jake, I have a little question for you before we get into AEW business. Do you still have that business downstairs in your basement?
I do indeed.
Oh.
Oh, yeah? All for 24/7, including leap year?
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
My God. You're a busy man, dude. You got a new niece, and you still get your basement going. Look at you.
That's right.
Look at you. Anyways.
Entrepreneur.
So, yeah. Anyways, AEW, yeah. So I was watching both AEW and NXT back-to-back, and unfortunately, and again, I love the opening match in NXT, but sadly, I was leaning more towards AEW because it was the first episode. And not gonna lie, I was definitely impressed with the chaos at the end and the whole finish or whatever. So I guess my question for you guys is let's just say for the next quarter year, where do you see AEW in terms of ratings, and where do you see them creatively, at least in the main event picture with the main titles that are already displayed?
I think the ratings are going to increase. It's not going to be a drastic, growth, but it will be continual. And titles, I think they'll eventually add a mid-card title. And they keep saying that we've only seen a small percentage of the roster, that there's still more to come.
You know what? Here's what I'm interested in. I don't care, if Raw and SmackDown are still beating AEW, that's fine, whatever. What's going to be interesting is to see if the ratings go up. You know what I mean? If AEW's ratings can climb, and if WWE's continue to go down, you know what I mean? It's going to be interesting to see that. So I think they will be in a better place.
So this is my only response, at least going off of that. So let's just say, for example, they were to, let's say, maybe go up a quarter of a rating, maybe even 3/4 of a rating, let's say within the next 3 months. You know what I mean? What can they do, with the exception of Jericho, because he's the leader of the locker room, not because he's a champion, but because he's the veteran.
Right.
What do you see as far as, I guess more so, the talent, not just rely on just the talent in the ring, because honest to God, this is going to be an in-ring product. It's not going to be just the entertainment of backstage antics and scripts and all that crap. What can they do besides, let's say, the social media blitz and stuff like that? What can they do as far as would it just be celebs or anything like that to give them a little bit of notoriety? What can they do strategically, both not just on camera but off camera, that makes them not only completely different from WWE but also not repeating the WCW formula?
Well, I think they got to do what they did tonight, kind of, which is mix it up. They have a little bit of celebrity interaction. They have stuff going on. There's promotion happening. There's stuff going on in the backstage, the front. There's promos, interviews.
It's difficult enough to differentiate, too, because, I mean, they're acquiring ex-WWE guys left and right. So, Jack Swagger, Dean Ambrose, so that they already have that hill to climb.
Yeah, again, we only know this, especially since within the past 12 years, what TNA did. They got ex-WWE stars to garner ratings when they were on Spike. But, again, is it nice to have a few of them? Yeah, absolutely. Again, we got Jack Swagger, we got, of course, Cody, we have Jericho. But, again, I'm really looking forward to a lot of the Asian talent that are coming in, the Hispanic talent that are really coming in, because they have the relationship with AAA and OWE, as well as maybe some other low key aspects in Japan. But this only creates more of an intrigue of again, what's going to be there, let's just say in the next 5 years. But I know they have a 5-year plan. Tony Khan said it in interviews that they have a 5-year plan. What are they going to do as far as homegrown talent? Not just relying just on the indies in the States, but also internationally in other places that they haven't tapped into yet.
I mean, like you said, who they acquire, they don't really have their own developmental program. So maybe they could partner up with some, training center. And I think some of these guys, I know Sean Spears, I believe, has his own school, or at least was working with one at one point. Maybe they could start, pooling from there and making their own talent. Like you said, homegrown might be another way to go. This way they can mold them and shape them how they want them to be right off the bat. Come out with a new gimmick and go for broke.
Yeah, and also definitely, extending in other areas like music, soundtracks. I know they're trying to work on a video game, which I'm not really thinking it's going to be as good as most other wrestling video games, that have been coming out for the past decade or over the past 2 decades. But it'd be a good start, and to also further the relationship with the gaming community, because I know Kenny's in that, and the Bucks with again, merchandise is gonna definitely spike up, whether it be pro wrestling tees, whether it be a Hot Topic or whatever. There's a lot of opportunity. It's just that it's really interesting to see, at least within the next 3 months to 5 months, what's going to be what it's going to be like as far as an impact. I agree with you in the sense that it's going to only do so much. But again, no, this is really exciting because it's also a great template, because we also know what Ring of Honor and what Impact did around the turn of 2009, 2010, because especially Impact, because they went to shit pretty quick as soon as they got Hogan and Bischoff.
Yeah.
But that's also great for them because now they have further analytics in terms of what not to do. Do you know what I mean?
They have an insight. They know what works. They know what doesn't. The only thing that I'm worried about, like I said before, is Brandy and Cody, their ego running wild and getting in their own way, their agenda. So long as they stray from that, which the debut seemed to show that's not the case, and as long as they manage to keep the crowd engrossed and entertained, I don't think they're going to have many issues.
Yeah, really quickly before I get off, because I don't want to stay on too long. Did you guys check out, you and Joe, did you guys check out the 4 online interview, or a little phone conference? Because I think I might have tweeted out to you, Jake, about Cody had a conference with multiple sources, I guess, that are wrestling sources online or whatever. I think Dave from Busted Open and a few other people.
Yeah, I caught bits and pieces of it.
Yeah, so basically the whole point of that was that Cody, I think, answered a question in regards to what you just said as far as, egos being in the way and stuff like that, but how he wants to have multiple opinions. The only problem, though, is that, as history shows, when there's too many cooks in the kitchen, the ship pretty much goes down pretty quick.
Yeah.
So that's the only thing that I think that could work against them, but that's probably why, again, WWE ain't sweating nothing, and I don't think they should, nor why would they, because of them having not only multi-million-dollar corporation at their level or at their disposal, but the thing is that, again, there's just so many different facets that it's hard to keep up and being overwhelmed. And at this point, it's great to be a wrestling fan, but the thing is, wrestling is barely in WWE's vocabulary anymore. And I think personally that, again, Cody, the Bucks, especially Kenny, with dealing with international talent, it's gonna be interesting at least a year from now also, because then it's gonna be like, what are you gonna do that you hadn't done last year, and also even before the fact that AEW was even officially established on TV when they only had a few shows, because I think they're only gonna do about maybe 4 or 5 shows as far as pay-per-views go, which is fine.
Yeah, I believe so.
Because it makes it mean more for at least watching one big show. Instead of watching 12 to 13 shows a year.
It's not all thrown together. It's absolutely. That's what WWE gets in trouble with when they have 3 or 4 shows, two sometimes 3 weeks apart at times. So it gets to be just nonsensical.
Hey, Rostaf, if you're still listening, man, I love you, bro. I only cut you because I gave you extra time while I went pee-pee. Because I got to wrap it up. And I love you, dude, and it's great to hear from you. And please, Rostaf, call back maybe like one of these shows this week so you can talk to me, because I haven't talked to you in a while. I like to chat or whatever the fuck with you. Or hit me up on Facebook or Twitter or somewhere. I don't know. But anyway, that's it, guys. Can we hit 400 likes in the chat if you'd like to do that? If you're somebody that's like, not someone like that, but if you're somebody that's like, you know what, I'm not able to donate and I don't like that, well, at least feel free to hit that like button if you like. I mean, you can hit the dislike if you don't like me, but I mean, I figure if you've been here the whole time, you probably feel like you want to like the button. Share the videos with people that you think like wrestling or that might enjoy this type of thing as we review AEW and NXT. What a night for wrestling, though. No matter what, you can't deny that tonight was an epic friggin' night for wrestling. And is there any other takeaways or little tidbits that you wanted to mention, Jake, at all? I mean,
No, that's it. That's everything I've got. Looking to see what news comes out for tomorrow for Out of Nowhere.
Yeah, basically, we're going to probably have a better idea tomorrow.
Can't wait to see the ratings and some more of the reactions and hear what you thought,
I'm ready to go.
NXT.
I'm ready to go. I might put up my podcast about this, my sort of like my final thoughts on NXT versus AEW tonight, tomorrow. Probably before the ratings, or I will leave the ratings out so I can give you maybe my reaction that night. But I don't know if I can contain it, to be honest. I may not be able to contain it to talk about the ratings.
I don't picture you holding it in.
I'm going to have pie graphs and histograms and histographs and charts, and they're going to be like syncing up the amounts of people watching. I mean, there was a lot. I mean, basically, WWE just used their own USA network for the most part. And maybe like, ESPN, they did use a little bit to say, NXT's coming live to whatever. But AEW was like broad spread about their advertising, and they're on a big Fox network, and they advertised the shit out of this tonight. So what type of impact is that going to make? That's what I want to know tomorrow in the ratings. I am so interested in that. And by the way, tomorrow night, we're going to be live right here for Out of Nowhere, our wrestling podcast, to talk about all the wrestling news and everything. All wrestling tomorrow night right here, 11 p.m. Eastern Time, U.S. And then the night after, the SmackDown review live on this channel as well for WWE SmackDown. And then after that, we'll be going over to my other channel for Monetize This. It's a fucking filled week of shit, and I love it. Absolutely. And if you love it and you haven't subscribed yet, hit the subscribe button down below. Make sure you guys visit the channel daily and you watch a bunch of videos. That will tell the YouTube algorithm that you guys like this channel, and then they'll start recommending videos to you, and they'll start telling you when I'm live. If you're somebody that comes every once in a while, sometimes YouTube will say, they don't really like that channel that much, so whatever. They won't even tell you that I'm live or that I'm doing a video or there's breaking news, because you don't come to the channel often enough. So interact, comment, engage, like when you feel it necessary. And I really, really appreciate all the viewers tonight, people in the chat. You guys are all the best. And thank you so much for commenting, chatting, calling. If you didn't get through, I'm so sorry. We'll try tomorrow night to get more calls. And yeah, thank you for donating to the show live. Anybody that dropped a super chat, or anybody that donated live using Streamlabs in the description, or Twitch alerts, whatever you call it, with PayPal or credit card or super chat, whatever. Very, very much appreciated. You keep the shows going, And thank you for taking a couple bucks of your hard-earned money to drop it on my stupid face. Much appreciated. Love you all, and I will see you tomorrow. And we'll have content up on the Patreon, so if you're a patron, look for that tomorrow as well from me. And that's it. Out of nowhere, it's tomorrow. All my links are in the description box down below. Tons of information. Expand my description box for everything. My Twitch channel, my Twitter, my Instagram, my whatever. There's even a MySpace on there. It's crazy. No, I don't really have MySpace. I'm kidding. But that still exists, which is crazy. But Android Gamer, thanks for subbing. Thanks to everybody else who subbed. Hope you sub. And we hit 400 likes, so thank you very much for that. Green shirt guy, man, I don't know. He's over. I hate that guy. I don't know why. God damn, I hate that guy. And thank you very much to my co-host, everybody that called, and, of course, my co-host, Jake DeMarco, who's wet. You can find him at Countdown Ended on YouTube and on Twitter.
Wet with anticipation.
Say it.
Say it.
Say it. Dude, it was so weird. TSS did a great job of animating
Oh, I
that.
know. He killed that.
Oh, man. I didn't really
It was
sing
so
it.
good.
And sing it as well as I wanted to, but he did a great job of animating it. I was like, wow, that was good.
Yeah.
Like
he
that,
did perfect with that.
Fucking love that movie. And that's about it, man. That's all I got. I wanted to have a cool outro. I guess we'll just go out to, where's Wardlow? He's always a good outro. Give me some Wardlow. Guys, thanks again. Make sure you please check out TitleMatchWrestlingNetwork.com. Remember, go there right now. Watch some more wrestling on your phone or on the browser. TitleMatchWrestlingNetwork.com. Coupon code is Cronin. It's my name. It's very douchebaggy. But you get 50% off for 3 months. That's never been done. Check it out. Check the web. Just go to the website anyway and take a look at it. You're probably going to try it. It's fucking awesome. Wardlow, take us out, bro. This is the Joe Cronin Show. I'm Joe Cronin. For over 8 years on YouTube, I think we've missed 8 Raw reviews and SmackDown review combined for 8 shows in the last 8 years or something. It's nuts, dude. I've been doing this a long time. Love you all. We're on our way to 67,000 subscribers. And all the haters, especially Joey Janela, kiss my ass.
This is Wardlow from AEW, and you're watching The Joe Cronin Show.
A wrestling podcast with attitude.
Special shout out to DC Derek. Top donation, largest donation of the stream, $40. Thank you to Mr. DC Derek.
Joe, if you're listening, you stupid fuck. He looks like one of those guys that from Long Island that wants to be a white rapper, but he's 30-something years old, lives in his parents' basement with the droopy cap and the whatever, but he thinks he's Howard Stern, and he's got a cool way of talking in the microphone, and he's a shock jock or whatever. Because I mentioned the Joe Cronin guy. Hey! You suck Joe Cronin's dick, fucking. Here's another fucking uncircumcised prick and pickle licker that I'd like to just mention. Joe Cronin. Joe, if you're listening, you stupid fuck. You suck Joe Cronin's dick, fucking faggot.
Joe Cronin Show. Wrestling talk with attitude.
This was AEW's debut show on TNT, and it didn't disappoint. What a night for wrestling. NXT, AEW, the fans have come unglued for Wednesday nights.